get mine. Get yours, nigga, cause I'ma get mine. Today gon' be a good day. Jack gon' keep it playing from the Genesis. As I'm blowing dope, being broke, my only nemesis. Remember when it wasn't all good, I used to reminisce. Felt like I was going through hell with no deliverance. Niggas throwing salt in the game, condoning ignorance. But when it's really in you, not on you, we know the difference. Nigga ain't no willing and dealing, we really killing shit. My brother passed a shooter like Luca, he gave me sentences. Nigga, I was Dennis before you knew what a menace is. Now I just spread love to these bitches, ho, I'm a feminist. Way they running back to the dick, they think they Emmett Smith. No real player gon' break it, that shit be imminent. Yeah. Nigga, we was trapping out the tenement. Niggas ain't hard, they just loud, them niggas impotent. Ain't in it for the glory, my life story is intricate. Don't crash out for the money and watch the niggas you get it with. I say it all, cause I'm past the point that I'ma play with y'all. And as the president, I'ma have to revoke your player call. Don't think the nigga ever was real, and he gon' stay a fraud. Don't think a nigga bluffing is not nothing to break them all. Saquon, ho, it's not nothing to shake them all. With no street clothes in my bed, ho, better take them all. Just get that cheese, breaking that bread, and I can stay involved. Wanna look sweet in my side seat, got to pay the cost.
I got dope and cheese, I'm smoking G's. While I was scaling dope and weed, y'all been yelling broken knees. You gon' do it, baby, do it, gotta hold and squeeze. For real, it's cold out here, one of you hoes gon' freeze. Rob the reverend, call the blessing, hold your nose, don't sneeze. Poop, nigga. Oops, nigga. Pull up in that big shit like I'm too big for that coupe, nigga. Too legit to quit, no, I'm just too legit for you, nigga. Twin Towers feel the power when we speaking, nigga. Coke like I was in the ghost with Tommy Egan, nigga. If your bitch looks suspicious, she probably creeping, nigga. If you heard the shit before, it's probably beating, nigga. Don't ask me about no money, I'ma tell you, let me hold something. 60K and Debbie walking around like I don't owe nothing. So-and-so got shot up, I just act like I don't know nothing. I call love, but we make a hit and miss a home run. Clean up in the kitchen, we can't have no dirty dishes. Cause it's roaches outside and we cooking if they don't sniff it. Took a shot in the dark, I just went for this shit. Why aim for the stars, go forward and get nothing. Somewhere there's a young nigga on the same thing. Suggested advice, I tell him do better. Baby mom pregnant, I was turning 18. Ain't even focus my mind to getting cheddar. So I quit this rap shit, quit chasing my dreams. Fuck it, get money off of hoes and the fiends. Fuck it, get money, then turn around, blow it. If I was my plug, man, I wouldn't even throw it. Maybe I would get money, you know it. Really had the city for some summers with the lows, yeah. Going down the wrong way, niggas getting smoked, yeah. I ain't even tell you about the times I was broke, yeah.
Northeast, Edgewood, 600 block, catch me up top. Posted up by the bus stop, we don't trust cops, we just bust glocks. I be all in the danger zone like CHV, that's in Uptown. DC stand for don't come, you better go. Chuck Brown, free Lolo with Dust Ball. Rest in peace of Pork and Bando. She get lit just like a candle, Jumbo got it tough just like Rambo. DC versus everybody think shit sweet, then make a move. Come around with that bullshit, you gon' leave quick like Larry.
Oh man. Much respect to the family. Okay, now, much respect. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and get it. We're going to talk about something today. We're going to talk about something that apparently seems to be very, very important in today's society. And of course, as always, you already know, much respect, respect to everybody in the family. Let me go ahead and hit this real quick. Nancy, if you will, thank you. All right. Let me hit my headphones. There we go. All right, y'all. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. 1 second. All right, y'all. Much respect. Much respect. So now that we are back, let me go ahead and turn my headphones up. Make sure all the sound is right. Yeah, there we go. Everything cool. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to. This is a dirty battery. Where's my trash can? Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get this bad boy kicked off. I appreciate everybody once again for tuning in. Thank you for tapping in. Respect. All right, now. So, with the holidays coming up and, people so feeling scarce about this whole food stamp thing, right? So I went on ahead and pulled up a video which has two different perspectives, all right? And we're going to take this time and we're going to listen to these perspectives. Now, what I would tell you all on a brief notion on where it is I stand with it is this. Those who actually truly need something in life in a real form and fashion, considering we are where we are, I absolutely agree. I'm not going to go too deep because I ain't going to give away too much of my gems too early. But I'm with it. You should have it if you need it. Now, the thing about it is this. I really don't get too far gone on to like my fellow own that's taking advantage of the system. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Where my real gripe is illegals getting the full advantages and like our money being allocated to people that's like not even from here. That's honestly my true like sentiment when it comes to it. If it's those of us who was like cheating the system, is it right? No, it ain't right. But at least my own is still getting it, is my point. When it comes to like you just pop up out of nowhere and you just butt the line, yeah, you gonna go ahead and have the bad back real quick. You smell me now? But with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now. What is the time right now? The time right now is 7:16 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank everybody so much for tuning in. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get this kicked off. Y'all ready? Let's go ahead and do it. All right. Share a screen. Share a screen. Let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to listen to the man, Mr. Marquette, Mr. Saint Sinner, and he's going back and forth with the guy, about the benefits, right? Nice and simple. So we're going to go ahead and do this like a here go. Much respect to you all. Let's see what we have on this. What does he say?
From there.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, name's Cameron. Just wanted to have a conversation about it. My views on EBT are similar, but a little bit different in just regards to how it is happening.
Now, I just want to say this, all right? Shout out to the Saint, right? Shout out to him, right? But I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like, in my personal opinion, I do believe that, like most instances with folks that have a certain size of a platform, and it's not even a shot, it's just I recognize it, I peep it. I want y'all to peep how somehow or another, I don't know how this guy in particular seemed to have made it up there, but somehow or another he got up there. And it's no shot to this brother in particular. The point that I'm making is that I've recognized how they don't like to pull up people that generally maybe can have like a really good toe-to-toe when it comes to the discussion. And I think that you're going to peep that as this goes on. You're going to be like, yeah, like, how he even get up there to get on a debate with you? Like, if you're on such a certain level of debate status, I have no clue of how this guy made the cut. And the only reason why I personally would think that you brought him up there is because you knew that was a slam dunk. You knew it was an easy win, right? But let's go ahead and keep on rocking out. I just wanted to make sure that I pointed that out before I push play. Now let's rock out.
And how everything's taking place. I think the way and the manner in which it happened is going to cause major disruption. I don't think it's going to be beneficial to anybody, really, in regards to how it happened.
Okay. Mind you, folks, as we go through the conversation, you can use the information below to share a comment or a question, a criticism or a compliment to myself or the gentleman. So feel free to do that and keep engaged. I thank those of you who do support the work. So you said that you don't believe it will be beneficial to anyone. Is that true?
Maybe not everyone. It won't be beneficial to majority of the people who are on it.
Aha. Now, what could the benefit be that they're missing out on?
Food, essentially food, you know.
Uh-huh. Curious. So is your suggestion that they're going to starve to death if they don't get their EBT?
Now, you know, the off rip, when people say things like that, like, are they going to starve to death? No. Now watch this. Would the average person actually heal over and pass away because they missed a paycheck? No. But if the average person missed a paycheck, how detrimental do you think that's going to be? How much do you think that's going to have them backed up? Let's really think about it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just here to kind of like help my brother right here on the right that maybe don't quite got it to elaborate and articulate what it is that needs to be said. Let's go ahead and rock out.
You might consider putting the phone on Do Not Disturb. It'll stop you from being interrupted.
Gotcha. Sorry about that. Let me see.
While you're doing that, shout out to Jefferson, came in via Venmo, writes support. I appreciate you. Shout out to those real men who stand up, make their name known. Shout out to Mr. Chambliss. He writes, shout out to the chat EBT. Yes, indeedy. So is your suggestion that these individuals who are on EBT are going to starve to death?
Now, this is the thing that I also wonder, considering that us as Black Americans are nowhere near the top of the totem pole of the recipients of it, why continuously do we keep talking as if like this is... Now, I get it. Maybe there's a certain part of this where it's like, well, you know, Smitty, you know what I'm saying? Black folks gonna talk about Black folks' problem. I get you. But my whole thing is, when we talk about it, we really do speak as if like we are the only ones who are recipients. Like, why do we keep playing these games? Last time I checked, for quite some time now, they've been snatching it from us as natural born citizens and giving it to people that ain't even from here. Bro, last time I checked, a lot of us, before they even cut it all the way off, they already was like skimming off of our stuff. A lot of us got notices of how, you know, this was down. You're not going to get this much no more. You're only getting this much, and so on and so forth. Why do we act like that's not something that hasn't been taking place throughout the communities of America? But my whole thing is, why do we keep acting like only Black folks, only us? Like when we think of EBT, somehow or another, niggas got to be the face of it. Why is that? Why is that? But yet we are truly at the bottom totem pole of it. We really aren't the largest recipients of it. Simply because of the fact that we don't even make up the numbers to be able to do so. So how do we keep on getting to this factor of somehow or another this has something to do with lazy niggas? But I digress. My mic is muted. Much respect to the family. Let's go ahead and keep on rocking out.
I didn't say they were going to starve to death. I didn't say they were going to starve to death. I just said it wouldn't be beneficial.
Okay, and that's okay. Sometimes things aren't beneficial. You ever been in a relationship that wasn't beneficial? You get out of it, you make a change your behavior, maybe.
Yes, that is true. I agree that being in something toxic can make it worse. And I agree that EBT should not be a permanent thing. It should not be a permanent thing. But we've already put tax dollars towards it. You know what I'm saying? There's already money put towards it. So where's it getting reallocated to?
Well, that's really not the important piece right now. That's a different conversation. And I think that we probably need to reduce the size of government tremendously, including the size of the military, which would probably require that we remove the type of leaders we have who are obsessed with allocating our dollars for their own.
All right, let's really think about what's being said. He said we should reduce the military. Now I want us to think about it. Don't you know how like money is being taken from us everywhere all the time? Do you not know how many guns we drop off to other countries that are not our friends? Do you not know how many countries we allocate money to that has nothing to do with us? So why would you want to down the defense of this country, knowing that we give so much ammunition all the way down to actual bullets itself to those who despise us? So why would you even say that? So that's the part I don't get with when it comes to that, right? So I'm just going to keep on rocking out. We're going to keep a balanced headspace in this, right? So I'm going to bounce back and forth. What it is I agree with, I agree. If I don't agree, I don't agree. Let's keep on going. Let's see what we got.
Own personal pursuits or for the benefit of the plutocrats. But while we're talking about EBT in particular, it is no explanation of why we should keep it because, well, if we don't use it on EBT, we're going to use the money on fill in the blank other thing that's bad. No, we have an opportunity to remove something that is detrimental. We should remove it. That's number one. And number two, we have to look at the fund.
Why is a supplement? Right now, I want us to think about this, right? Don't we take supplements for our bodies? Like for people who maybe have certain allergies to certain vegetables or whatever, the alternative, they can take a supplement. So I want us to think about it. I know, just follow me. Just stay with me. Stay with me. It's an allocated supplement to make sure that now it's not supposed to be the full veggies and fruits of your life. It's not supposed to be the fruits of your labor, but it's supposed to be a supplement, right? So why would we remove that when we know that all through the world? So watch this. If we say remove EBT and remove the supplement, then should we remove all of our allocated funds to like FEMA and everything else that goes out to help everybody else in the world? Like, really, peep game. Has anybody said we don't need to have FEMA because we helping a bunch of poor ass people around the world who don't need it? Nobody said anything. Why all of a sudden, when we talk about the assistance that's needed for our own, and I'm talking about in the proper form, I'm not talking about the people that get online and be shaking their butt in the grocery store and throwing all kind of kid cuisines and hot pockets in the grocery cart. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about the way we speak about it. It's like we almost forget truly what it's really intended for. And when people say that, nah, it should just be out of the way completely. Like, nah, I'm not with that. Should it be out of the way completely for people who take advantage of it and they really should not be receiving it? Absolutely. Like, if I have a shop where I'm granted funds to give away free crutches to people who actually have sprained ankles broken legs and fractured knees and everything else, right? Hip problems, whatever. Bruh, if you come jogging up, you know what I'm saying? And while you're talking to me, you're in a jogging, running in place mode, and you're like, I need crutches. I might look at you crazy. Yes. Yes, I just might look at you like, Shawty, bruh, if you don't go on somewhere. This is for people who come up limping and or they people's got to get out the car for them, and they like, yeah, nah, they sitting right there. Hold on, let me get their wheelchair or something like that, right? Because I'm passing out crutches, and it's for people that need crutches. So if you don't need crutches, yes, I will look at it as you violating. But with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family. The time right now is 7:29 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for tuning in. Much respect to you all. Let's go ahead and get back to it.
The mental discussion, which is it the mandate of government? Is it the purpose of government to take my money by force to reallocate it and give it to someone else who's less productive, who's less of a value add in the society? Absolutely not. Government is supposed to build roads, it's supposed to have a standing army to protect us. It's supposed to have public education that's compulsory just to make sure people can add to the society, but it is not government's responsibility.
Oh, shit. All right. So, my bad. I was on mute. I wasn't even looking. My point is, I was just saying that, look, you need to make sure that you take care of your people. When you take care of your people, the people take care of the city. When the city is taken care of, you yourself as walking through that city as a citizen and or even a leader figure, you're taken care of. You see, many great kings and even queens, whoever, know that before going to battle, make sure that the soldiers are fully fed. Make sure that they have all kind of parlors where they can wash, get a massage. You know, make sure that you have a moment of a quick ceremony where they can dance and have flutes playing, playing over the campfire and everything else before they go to war. Take care of your soldiers to have the possible best outcome. Make sure that their armor is fitted right so as they travel. Make sure that their footwear is right. Make sure that the horses are taken care of. No, I do not agree with just why is it the government's job? Why? Because the government does rely on the people a whole lot more than the people rely on the government, and we don't even recognize that. The government relies on us way more than we rely on the government. It's just that they have fooled us into believing that it's the reverse opposite. I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family. Forgive me for that moment of mute. Let's rock out.
Ability to take my money, actually remove the part about public education. I'm against that too now. And mind you, I was a public school teacher and I was a public school student all the way up through the end of bachelor's.
So we are in America. It is a democratic society. They have Republicans, but it is a democratic society.
It's a republic.
It's a republic.
In name. It's a republic in name. It's a plutocracy in function.
You can, all right, but in name you can say it's a republic. But most of what they practice is through, what they preach is democracy.
That is what they
So a
preach.
lot
That
of
is
what they
correct.
preach, that is what they preach. So if they're preaching democracy and they're preaching, okay, we're going to do this as a democracy, meaning, and it's already has some of the structure for it. So what you're saying is basically, if you want to take away that, you might as well dismantle the whole system, is what you're saying, essentially.
No,
But
what I'm
that's
saying
not
is
really benefit.
what I'm saying is that the government is extremely bloated and it needs to be reduced dramatically. And this is one opportunity to reduce social programs. I shouldn't say social programs, more accurately, entitlements, particularly those that do not give back to the society. Government takes your tax dollars and it's supposed to be put to the common good.
Absolutely. So that right there goes to something very prevalent, and I believe possibly he's getting ready to speak on it. The fact is, if you ask me personally, do you not know who is the most entitled? The most entitled is the government themselves. Why you think the people have been cheated so long? Can we stop playing? Like, we really trying to act like because folks have been trying to find a way to, like, on the little sly without doing too much, right? Not being extra with it. Like, nah, bump that. Y'all take from us every day. I'm going to get my little extra. Are you serious? I don't have no issues with that. And I do not, let's say, advocate for crime. But as far as like somebody finding that same loophole that the government finds every day in the law because they make it, yo, when we able to find those cracks in the creases, go ahead and slide through, my G. Let's keep on rocking out. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's go.
The fact of the matter is that's a bad investment. If we look at it as a business person, you ask yourself, would I want to allocate dollars to those who are struggling? No. I mean, look at the banks. Do banks lend to people who need money, or do they lend to people who can repay money? That's because they're using logic.
That's true. But when the EBT and the Medicare system is more so like a grant. So the goal is for them to take care of people that aren't able to take care of themselves. That's the whole point of it. I think the argument is that people should learn how to take care of themselves. That's the argument the other side's making. You said people should know how to take care of themselves. You should be able to sustain yourself. Exactly, as adults. Yes. So what I'm saying is it's more of truthfully, it's more of an education problem. You know what I'm saying? It's not about our spending power. You said it's more of an education problem. They're not educated in the manner. They don't know how to take care of themselves.
What if they do know how to take care of themselves? What if they do know how to take care of themselves and they've made a rational calculation that life is better to live on the public dole instead of going to work 40 hours a week? You sit back and say, okay, well, if I have 2 kids and I can scrape up a little bit of welfare from the government, I can scrape up a little bit of child support from 2 baby daddies. Well, then I can kick back, make TikTok videos, get my nails done, my hair done, and have money for my fake eyelashes, and all my food bill is covered. And Section 8 is subsidizing my housing. I have a life of leisure. So I'd rather do that than get a job and have to report to the same place every day, 9 to 5, and deal with some kind of a boss and have to follow his rules for 40 hours a week. That's a rational decision.
If that's the decision they're making, but there's no way of actually knowing that's the decision that they're making. You can't just say just because someone's on Section 8. From what I've seen, most of my operations and most of my interactions with them, the majority of them are ignorant. You know what I'm saying? The majority of them are ignorant.
I will give some credence to that. I don't want to say ignorant necessarily, because that is to ignore the truth, although a lot do. I would say more so, a lot of us are just not educated. Like, let's just be for real. All right. Now, I even spoke about this myself, right? Once upon a time. I grew up in a 2-family household. I grew up with my mother and my biological father. And they taught me almost any and everything in the world you can possibly think of. One day, just one day, after messing up enough checks, you know what just finally hit my brain in an epiphany? I was never taught financial literacy. I was taught how to get the job. Yeah, I was taught how to I was even taught how to keep the job, like what you're supposed to do, the questions you're supposed to ask on the interview, all of that, how you're supposed to move. I was even taught, don't tell nobody how much you make. I come from those days. That's why I'm real baffled at people that like to just put their paychecks on Frontline and tell people how much they make. Like, bruh, I come from the days of you don't tell nobody what your check is, right? But I was never taught financial literacy. I just wasn't. That's the part I was not taught. And that, I'm not saying the brother's wording it wrong. He's wording it how he is wording it. I'm just giving my little piece on in it. And I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family.
Don't know any better. Most of the time, even with crime, most of these things are due to ignorance. I think it's an educational problem. I think, if anything, they should reallocate that money and put it towards their education.
Well, I think that you're a person who probably is not getting significantly taxed, number one. And then number two, you're not a producer in the
AC, you already know what it is, AC. You know what I'm saying? If you do have a moment, sir, we would also love your wisdomatic information. Respect to the family. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see you coming in here, Rogue. Thank you very much, beloved, for shouting out. And thank you very much so for pushing that like button and just being of a good support. Shout out to you. Respect to the family.
world, because producers, being that you work hard and you create, you're a builder, you know what it takes. And you also know that there are other people who decide not to do what it takes. And frankly, it's not my responsibility to pay for the poor choices of other persons. For example, if I wanted to,
it's not about paying for the poor choices of other people. Like, watch this. You know what EBT also goes to? People who possibly maybe have gotten into a terrible accident. People who health has decreased. For whatever reason, they fell upon bad health. And maybe now they can't work. See, again, I want us to remember that it's not always just about the simple fact of somebody who, you know what I'm saying, is just some lazy bum. It's not about that. Nah, it goes a lot deeper. And I think we really need to be very much so aware and cautious of the fact that we are somewhere where if something happens to you, if something goes down with your employment or anything, you are in a country, you are on landmass where you can actually be allocated for that. You can be subsidized for that. You can be paid, and you can go ahead and be in a position of being sustained while you get yourself together. Now, the whole getting yourself together while on it, and people who just stay on it and never get off of it, that's a whole nother story. And of course, I would hope that people that listen to me enough know exactly where my position is on that. Nigga, you need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend your days of your life passing by.
to purchase a Bugatti. So I go ahead, buy the Bugatti, and the next month I can't pay the bills for the Bugatti. Is that your responsibility? Should you give me social welfare to help me pay for my car?
No, not at all.
Why not? Why not?
Because that was a personal decision you took to get your car.
Personal decision. I like it. Now, 1 second. That was a personal decision. So if you go and have kids that you can't afford, was that a personal decision?
Yes.
Yes, it was a personal decision. Great. So now we can apply your logic and state that everyone is responsible for their personal decisions. Now, here's the kicker. What's more of a serious personal decision? Me buying a Bugatti or someone having children that they can't afford? Which is more serious?
Definitely the children. Definitely the children would
right.
be more serious
now,
than.
So here's the kicker. If you allow people to take a serious decision lightly, make the wrong decision, and you create a safety net for them to continue making the wrong decision, well, damn it, they're going to jump. They know it's a safety net, so they're going to jump. When you remove the safety net and they start to see the consequences of the decision, human beings are rational actors. And they.
I will give him that part. I will say that there is a certain perspective and a certain aspect of things where, when we continuously give people a crutch that don't need a crutch, you know what happens? Like, think about it. You being perfectly physically body able. I want you to think about the science experiment of this, right? If I just one day I say, here, I want you to take these crutches, and every day you get up, I want you to get up and I want you to use these crutches, and I want you to only step on the ground with one leg and keep the other leg kind of propped up, bend your knee a little bit, and act as if your ankle is sprained. Hold T, that is not the case. I want you to think about the experiment. So now I want you to do this for about 2 years. You know what? At some point, that leg that you continuously do that with, your mind is really going to think that there's something wrong with you. Whole time there's nothing wrong with you. It's just like the elephant and the rope, the leg experiment. Same thing. You finally take it off and they only go but so far, because they only go the distance of what the tether kept them at, right? That leash. And so I do definitely agree with that part of what Marquette is saying. So let's go ahead and get back to this. I digress. My mic is muted. Much respect to the family. The time right now is, okay, somebody's call. Okay, hold on now. Yes. Hello.
Hey, how did your live go?
I am still live.
It won't let me go into it.
I don't know why. Why I won't let you go into it?
I don't know, but who is Rogue? Why is she sending hearts?
Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Oh boy. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Will behave rationally. The idea that they're ignorant is ridiculous, in as much as they're so good at navigating the government and the government benefits. And government is slow, inefficient, and hard to deal with. So the fact that they even know how to get Section 8, they know how to get EBT, SNAP, and all these things, they know something. So the other problem is that we're destroying human society by doing the opposite of survival of the fittest. We're ensuring survival of the weakest, the dumbest, the laziest, the irrational. And I would much rather donate that money, that extra tax money, to the kids who are ambitious, as opposed to the people who cannot decide if they should wear a condom or not. And then that's strike one. Then strike two, they forget to take the morning after pill. That's strike two. Then strike three, they didn't decide to terminate pregnancy knowing that they couldn't afford it. And then strike four, they didn't decide to give the child to another family that can actually provide a proper home.
You know what I noticed that keeps taking place, and what keeps happening is that we are continuously blaming people of today for the mother and father's sins. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of what I'm hearing about what's not happening, how much families are broken, like all of that, right? Like, I am really hearing how all of this is really, truly playing out. We're not taking time to pay attention to what is the root cause of why folks is moving the way they moving today. What is the average upbringing of the person who moves in that fashion? Do we really take time to think about that, right? So that's something that I look at. But with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family. Let's keep going.
I don't think that it's good to ensure that that keeps happening.
So in regards to that, I see what you're saying in regards to the babies and, the abortions, if that's your view on that. Everybody who is on EBT is not generally just folks who have kids. It's households that live together. So if you have 4 or 5 people in your household, everybody who lives in the household, then you can get EBT. So say you have a grandmother, say 6 people live with their grandmother. The grandmother gets EBT for the 6 children. You see what I'm saying? If you cut that
I do,
EBT
and I think that's
off,
ludicrous. If there's 6 people in that household, they should be able to pay for themselves. You see, because when you buy in bulk, or when you have more people living under a roof, you have higher level of income. It's more cost efficient to live together. How do we know? Look at immigrants when they come to America, particularly look at Hispanohablantes. Look at the Mexicans. They come here, they don't have benefits most of the time, and they figure it out.
They get
It's
benefits.
not.
They all.
That's not all the way necessarily about the benefits, more so than it's about career choices. I can assure you, let just like one or two of them come over here, and Poppy has his own private dental firm, and the mother is a doctor. I promise you, they're not going to need like 8 or 9 of them to go ahead and occupy one driving spot. Okay? They're not going to need 9 cars in the driveway if they're able to do that. Let's keep on rocking out. Let's see what we got.
No, you're right. You're right. In some cases they do. In many cases they don't. But here's the point. Either way, it's not my responsibility. Why are you taking my money to give to someone else? Like, why do I owe them? Can you explain that part? That's a fundamental argument.
I can agree with that. All right. So based on that logic, but that's not, I see what you're saying. And I actually agree. I actually agree with what you're saying. You should not allocate that money, but then what's the point of taxing it? So we've already paid the taxes. So where do you think it should be allocated to? You see what I'm saying?
Number one, it's just like a corporation. If you don't use the money, you pay out the shareholders. Pay out the shareholders. There's something called tax returns. Return the damn money. Or build things that are to the common good. The United States has low PISA scores. The United States lags behind in science and mathematics accomplishment. Invest in extra education, invest in early childhood education, invest in better infrastructure, which we're greatly in lack of. Invest in innovation. Why do we not have self-driving cars already? There's so many things that need to be invested in that are non-military and non-social welfare. So no, I don't believe we should give the money to the least productive elements in society and ensure that we're doing the opposite of survival of the fittest and the opposite of positive eugenics. I'm absolutely against it. And there's no logic as to why I should be stolen from. So the funny thing. Oh, go ahead. I yield the floor.
Yeah. So I agree with a lot of what you say. I think the biggest thing, there are things called tax returns, but I agree in regards to, I do agree that the average human, I don't think just because a lot of it is their education. So criminals have a crime education. They might not know how to do, I'm trying to think of a good example. They might not know how to do one aspect when it comes to mathematics. They might not know algebra. They might not know things, but they might be crafty engineers. They might be able to create things. So a lot of it is based on their education status.
Might check 1, 2. Okay, now. So we got family in the building. Let's go ahead, at least give, you know what I'm saying, a nice little welcoming. Much respect to my homie. Much respect to my G, AC. I appreciate you. Let's get it.
Let's get it. This that go and get it. With no hesitation. This that never quit. Start that elevation. This that process. This that in the making. This that started from the bottom. This that motivation.
Respect, fam. How you feel?
I just want to say, if it was an animal that I could be merged with, I would definitely pick a cheetah. I definitely pick. That's my favorite animal. My favorite big cat.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay now.
Yeah,
I like
that's my favorite big cat. That was dope. Man, where do I begin with this? See,
man, start off wherever you feel like it. You know,
a lot of this, these talking points are. Is it gaslighting? I kind of want to say it's kind of gaslighting.
Wait. On Satan Center side on the left, or bruh who's calling in?
Nah, the dude on the left.
Oh, okay, Saint. Okay.
Yeah,
right,
dude on the left.
Okay.
Yeah. if you don't like where your tax money's going at, stop paying taxes and see how that helps.
Facts.
stop paying
Facts.
stop paying taxes and see how that work for you. You don't like where your money going at.
Like my whole thing, real quick, native, and I want you to like for real. Go, I swear, you got the floor, bro. I've been talking for a minute, bro. Go ahead and fill in for me for a second. Like my whole thing is the people that talk so hard about it, like, yeah, nah, cut it off, and no one should
Mm-hmm.
get it, and it's like, so you don't have possibly maybe a autistic cousin, niece, anything. You don't have a mom, a dad, a aunt, somebody. Like, do you not realize how many of us, even if it's not you directly, maybe somebody who is directly connected to you who just might need it? That's all I'm saying.
It's
And I
it's
just hate the whole, and last but not least, I hate the trope of we keep talking about it like it's just black, like it's just hood black people. When
mm-hmm.
it's Asians, it's Spanish people who not even legal getting it, is definitely white folks. Definitely, they're the top of the food chain of EBT, bro. White people, not
Mm-hmm.
us. We don't even have enough numbers to make up to be the. We don't have enough numbers to even make it up. So how possibly are we the top of the food chain of EBT, and we're not even the top of the food chain when it comes to population in America? Get out of my face. I
Like
digress. My mic is muted. Go ahead. Yeah, rock out.
people, and I don't know if I'm not gonna put this brother in that spot and say it's him, but what I know is a lot of people that have these conversations, they look at their own people as if they had the wrong skin color, as if they was born on the wrong side. You know, they tend to look at their own people as they're better than their own people, and it's like,
So self-hatred.
yes, yes, because I'm pretty sure, and like I said, I don't know this brother, but these strong talking points come from seeing their family members go through the EBT and the welfare and the Section 8. So when they do something, when they do better, and they don't have to use that, they talk bad about the people that's on that, because look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. I'm doing it different. I've been, we don't need it. And I get it, because we don't need it. When I had to go
You
down
really
there.
think we don't need it?
No,
Honestly.
we really don't. Well, I mean, all right. So when I say we don't need it,
And hey, stick
I'm
to your guns now.
no,
Now
no.
stick
I'm
to
ready
your
to. I'm
guns.
ready to. I'm ready to.
Okay, okay,
When I say we don't need it, we don't have to use their system to buy food. Is it
okay.
beneficial for us
Right,
at
right,
times?
right.
Yes, I was on it, so I can say this. You know what I'm saying? I used that system for a second. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. Every time I had to go down there, bro, I was pissed off. I had to go down there.
To
You
like the
know
reapply and all that shit, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So for me to for me to stop going down here, I would have found a job that paid me enough so that they would automatically cut my stuff. Hey, bro, nah, you making too much, bro. We gotta cut you off. Thank you, Lord. I was happy, bro, because
But
I
hold on,
really
hold on,
didn't
hold
want to
on.
go
You were
down there.
you were so you were happy about the fact that you made it just enough to where you cannot qualify, but at the same time, what you're
Yes,
making is also designed to where you're never really allowed to
you're
get
never
ahead.
really allowed to exactly.
Come on
So,
now. So
so
like really, is that better?
well, I'm not gonna say it's better for me.
It's
I feel it's better for me. You know what I'm saying? But
it's
I'm
more
if,
self-fulfilling.
if
You at least
yeah,
feel like the little bit I got, I did that. Like nobody had
exactly.
to do.
I
I
can
got you. I got
yeah,
you. I got you.
because at the end of the day, even though it sucks for me to pay money out of pocket for food, I feel better that I don't have to go down here to do that, because now it's not like I get food stamps for the whole month. That's a false reality. You don't get food stamps for the whole month. You get a portion of food stamps, and if that money lasts to the next month, then that means you budgeted right, you did good, or you stocked up enough to where as though you didn't have to use that. But 9 out of 10 times, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say nine, I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 times, the people that use food stamps, that's why they buy bulk in the beginning. When they get it, they buy bulk, they buy as much stuff as they can, because they know that okay, this food right, these stamps right here is not going to last me the whole month, so I at least have to stretch this as much as I can. I had to get a lot of stuff as much as I can. That means going to the food market, stocking up on freezer meats, stocking up on kids stuff, cereal, juice, eggs, bread. We really can't say bread, because bread don't really last a whole month. um they buy, like, I remember buying 3 to 4 gallons of milk, putting two in the freezer, putting two in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? So when we run out of that, we go right in the freezer, put that joint in the refrigerator, let that joint thaw out. So it's ways you can stretch certain things, bruh. You know what I mean? So 7 out of 10 times, that food stamp is not gonna last a whole month. So it's a known, it's a thing to where as though, okay, if you can get it, yes, it helps. It helps in the sense of you don't have to spend your own money to get these supplies, the supplies that you need. And this is why he referred, the brother on the left referred to, oh, you're buying the kids lunchable snacks or whatever the heck he was saying, because that's kind of like what you do. That's kind of like what you do. You will buy the little necessities with the food stamps, and then when you make it through to you exhausted or whatever, you're buying lunch meat and other little things that keep the household flowing till the next food stamps come in. So there's pros and cons to everything, is what I'm saying. There's pros and cons to everything. For me, I couldn't stand. I This is personally me. I couldn't stand it. Would I like to have it? Yes, I would like to have it. I would like to have a food stamp card with $500 on there, so I can go to Sam's Club, stock up on bulk items, and pack my freezer and stuff like that. Yes, I would love to have it. But my personality and stuff like that, I don't like sitting in them long lines. I don't like dealing with the fact that sometimes I might not get my stamps and I have to wait an additional 3 weeks till my stamps come in. People don't put the paperwork in on time, so that means I gotta go right back down here to reapply. I don't like going through the whole thing of, oh, I live here, I had to mark my rent, how much I pay for BG&E, phone bill, this, that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I prefer not to deal with it. That doesn't mean that I don't want to pay for nobody else. Hey, if my tax money helps an underprivileged child that don't eat snacks like my kids eat snacks, then hey, they can have that. They can have that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's a lot of kids out here that don't eat the good snacks like my kids eat. Do I have to do? Does it suck that I had to pay for it outright with my own money? Hey, that's what the heck I work for. if I wasn't paying for food, guess what I'd be paying on? Video games, shoes, clothes, some other bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Going out to dinner, you know, DoorDash, some other bull crap. So I'd rather use that money, that money that I can save up and stock up to go get daggone Lunchables and lunch meat and snacks and chips and all the stuff that we like to pack in our kids' lunch.
Back in the day, it was Gushers and fruit roll-ups.
My one like Gushers, the
Hey,
other one
hold on.
like fruit roll-ups.
Hey! You can't forget about them Teddy Grahams. That is
I
definitely.
what
Hey, look, the
what
red
choc
bag,
yo
red
I
bag,
the
red
red bag. Yeah,
red bag,
I be
red
getting the
bag.
chocolate chip joints, bro. I like those chocolate chip joints. Those joints fire. I just had some Teddy Grahams not too long ago too.
No bull, bro. So
Yeah.
you
So
know, folks.
and
Go ahead, go ahead.
and the one thing that I do think is very beneficial though, besides food stamps, I think is very beneficial to anybody, black, white, Caucasian, Asian, Japanese, Mexican, whatever ethnicity, is WIC. WIC is one of those things that is very beneficial, especially if you're a new time parent or you're just having a newborn baby. You know, my kids grew up on WIC, juicy juice, fruits, vegetables, cereal. I mean, yeah, it sucks that you only get certain kind of cereal, but hey, I eat Frosted Flakes. I eat corn pops. Yeah, I eat honeycombs. What you,
Right.
you feel what I'm saying? Shoot, I drink juicy juice. Yeah, so I think it's beneficial for especially the fruits and vegetable side. You know what I'm saying? Because if a meal like $40 a can. I don't know
Right.
anybody who's just going to stock up $40 worth of canned milk.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
You do
Yeah.
40 times
Facts.
10.
Yeah. Nah.
Come on now.
And then you multiply that times every 30 days for 12 months.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's a hell of a bill on
Ex-
top of what it is, whatever else you got, car insurance, phone
exactly.
bill, everything. That's true.
Exactly. So yeah,
You-
I love WIC. I don't mind going to WIC. Yeah, I don't mind going to WIC. You know what I mean?
I
Food
ain't mad at
stamps, they you can have that. I don't got no more kids. I can't have no more kids, so it's like my weekdays over with. But this is for this is for anybody who's thinking
Right,
about
right,
having
right.
kids and first comers with kids and stuff. Apply. Don't listen to this fool. Apply for them WIC stamps. Get them WICs so that you can have fresh fruit, fresh
Mhm,
vegetables, milk, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
mhm. Nah, that's about.
and and even
But
and
but
and even with that, like I still had, even with me getting WIC, I still had to come out of pocket because Lord forbid that your kid come out with an allergy. You know what I'm saying? My middle child, she was allergic to every kind of milk that was possible. Similac, Enfamil. Yeah, she was allergic to that joint. So we had to get a special kind of Enfamil, which is called
really,
Nutramigen. Yeah,
really, wow. Okay.
yeah. So Nutramigen is it doesn't have a lot of the stuff that's in regular Enfamil, like soybeans and like dairy, eggs, and all that bull crap. It doesn't have that. It's more like a potato based Enfamil. You know what I'm saying? So she had to drink a special kind of Enfamil. It's an orange can. It's called Nutramigen. That joint $40 a pop. That's why I said $40, because I actually had to kick out $40 for each can. So when we caught deals at the market and stuff like that, bro, we would stock up. We would stock up, bro, because you know, when once that deal is over with, that joint shoots right back up.
Bruh, you know, I gotta remember, like, I only got one. So everything you talking about, I've been through it, but one time only. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, now, mind you, I mean, I don't know, AC, let me ask you this, right? Like, I'm turning 43,
Mm.
and I still be having thoughts of, I think I want to crank out like one or two more. Is that an off thought?
well, well, man, get you a dog. get you a, get you a cat. Some type of support animal. Nah, nah. You know,
Shit.
I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. Kids are a blessing, bro. Kids are a blessing, and
Get you a support dog. Oh, man.
kids are a blessing, bro. But you know, with kids, with kids, not every kid is gonna be the same. Like my first child, she went past her due date, but she was the littlest one. My second child, she came a little bit earlier. She was like I think like a week early, and she was the biggest one. My third child, was my son, he came out on time and he was like the normal size. But each one of those pregnancies was vastly different. My first child, my wife could have pretty much eat anything. Only thing that the child liked was Pepsi and eggs, and she still like that to this day. She still like that to this day. So now, even from the womb to now, she still like that. My middle child, like I said, she had allergies to everything when she came out. But when the pregnancy, she had to eat at a certain time, and if my wife didn't, then she'll be sick. So she was like more demanding on that joint, and when she came out, she was allergic to everything: chocolate, eggs, cheese, milk, peanut butter, seafood, uh man, you name it, bruh. You name it. Some fruits and stuff like she was allergic to, but she outgrew a lot of that stuff. But she gonna forever have peanut butter and seafood allergies. That's gonna be her main too. But she can eat milk. She can chocolate, cheese and stuff like that. Eggs. She good with all that. Um, my son, that boy, he got an iron stomach. That boy eat. He just eat. You know what I mean? Whatever he has, he just eats. But his big thing is cereal. That boy eats cereal all day long. So like each child is different in their own way. And no child is ever gonna be the same. But yeah, if that's what your heart wants, Smitty, yeah. I mean, look, it's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing, you know. And I know you got a daughter. It's nothing like, having a daughter, because she gonna always be there. But you want that boy to pass on that lineage. What? What? Okay. Yeah, so it's like nothing like having that boy to pass on that lineage. You know what I'm saying? And I always, I be making a joke about this. You know, I know it's messed up. It seems messed up, but I told my wife one day. I said, yeah, if something never happened, I'm saving my boy. She said, yo, how you gonna skip the girls? I'm like, hey, bro, the girls gonna get watered down, bro. My son gonna pass on the genetics. You know what I'm saying? So I was, I know it's a cruel joke, but you want that boy so that you can pass on, those genetics to the next generation and stuff. You know, it's nothing against women, but my genetics in the woman is only gonna go but so far, because when she has a kid, her boyfriend, husband, or whatever, their genetics is gonna come out. So it's nothing against women. It's nothing personal.
I mean, whatever it is that you say is what you say. So what I want to do on this last segment, right? All right. So we got this last segment, and on this last segment, AC, what I would like to do is I want you to think about, all right, so ACOG always carry our guns, right?
Hmm.
This is a war video. And I want you to tell me the message. It's like about 12 minutes. It's not too long, but it's ancient. And videos like this really grab my attention for so many multiple reasons. I just want you to tell me, what do you get from this? And if there's any point in which you want me to stop it at that you feel as if you want to speak on, let me know. All right.
Hmm.
So what we're going to do is we are going to look at something that is beyond the 300. So you remember 300, right?
Yeah.
So 300 Spartans that went up against like millions of Persians. Well, this right here is 80 samurai who went up against like, I don't know, like 40, 30,000, 80,000 Mongols. So we're going to look at this right here. And the reason why I caught my attention, because of course I love Ghost of Tsushima. So let's go
Yeah,
ahead and see
that's
what
a
we
good
got.
game.
Hey, this literally is the story of it, and I think you'll see a lot of references. But let's go ahead and see what we got. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let me go ahead and pull this screen up.
Look, this
Respect to the
this
family.
this is my
Go
baby.
ahead.
This is my baby right here. This is who I was talking about.
Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on now.
This
Hold
my
on now.
baby. This my big baby right here. When
Okay
I
now.
when I leave for 8 hours and come back, this is the one I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about.
That's what I'm talking. Hey. All day in the biz ain't. Let's. You know what I'm saying. We gotta go ahead. I mean, really though, man. Really though,
Stay
man.
by my side, bro. Stay by my side. I can't go nowhere without this daggone dog following me around.
Man.
That's my baby right here.
All right, let's go ahead and get it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's go ahead and rock out. Let's look at this. I don't know. It's just fascinating. This is just one of those. It's random, AC, and it's just on a whole different mode of topic. But I love looking at the ancient art of protection, leadership. That's all the things I'm going to with this. So let's see what we got.
Massive fleet is sailing across the Sea of Japan. Hundreds of ships sent by Kublai Khan. On board are Mongol, Chinese, and Korean soldiers, united under one goal, the invasion of Japan. Their first target lies ahead, the small island of Tsushima. On the island, the local governor, So Sukakuni, gathers what little force he has. Around 80 samurai and their retainers prepare to face the approaching army. They know the odds. They know no reinforcements will come. Still, they choose to fight. In the late 13th century, the Mongol...
AC,
Yeah.
you're in that army line. You know that you are the only line of defense. It's only 80 of y'all. And you getting ready to go up against thousands. Do you go hide in the bushes somewhere? Or do you stand right there with your fellow soldiers?
Nah, you You gotta go out. God, because you know, at the end of the day, and this is why I like. So like I said, everything has its pros and its cons. You know what I'm saying? And with samurais, you know, they knew the risk that they was taking.
Mm-hmm.
Each that's why there's no more samurais, because samurais gonna, they if they know that they gonna die, they dying on that blade.
Right.
They not ready to tuck tail, they not ready to run, they not ready to do nothing. And then we gotta understand, you know, we're speaking of people that all have one goal in mind. You see what I'm saying? Everybody out there has one goal in mind. There's nobody out there with a second thought, else they wouldn't have never been out there.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
This goes back to this goes back to the Bible study thing. You know what I'm saying? And what you was asking about the how do you know a Christian when you see one and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
We only have one goal in mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Lord.
Right.
So everything that we do is gonna be to the pleasure of the Lord. This is how they are. There's no straddling the fence. There's no halfway in, halfway out.
Mm-hmm.
This is blood in, blood out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I respect them so much, because they only know one thing. There's no question about their loyalty. Their loyalty is to that king.
I like that. Nah. I like that. I like that because a lot of what I seen in this video when watching it was definitely the loyalty factor. They are just damn sure about the loyalty. Let's go ahead and look at a little bit more. Let's get a good feel. I'm gonna let it play for like a good minute or two so we can get really into the video and what's going on. And when you want to, when you see something that resonates with you in your life, because really I like to play this. See, I play things like this when I'm laying down, bruh, and I see how much of it resonates with me in my life in whatever fashion. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got. Reese, bro.
Empire was a force of nature, forged by Genghis Khan and expanded by his descendants. It was the largest land empire in history, a juggernaut that had crushed kingdoms from Hungary to China. By 1271, the great Khan, Kublai, had conquered most of China and established his own Yuan dynasty. But his ambition wasn't satisfied. His eyes turned eastward, across the sea, to a nation that had long lived in self-imposed isolation, Japan.
Now imagine, I'm going to push play. Imagine for the longest time, you and your people have just been living in peace. And for some reason, there's a tyrant that is out and about that now wants to go ahead and take your land over. Only thing I'm saying is that black people, have we not heard this story before? I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the fam. Let's go ahead and listen. Let's see what we got.
For the Japanese, the world beyond their shores was a distant problem. The real power in Japan wasn't the emperor in Kyoto, but the military government, the Kamakura shogunate, run by the samurai. Their entire world was built on honor, martial skill, and a fierce code of conduct later known as Bushido. It was a society of ritualized combat, where a warrior's worth was proven in individual acts of bravery. They were masters of their own islands and had never faced a major foreign threat. The Mongols were just a rumor, a brutal story from a land far away. That all changed in 1268. A letter arrived from Kublai Khan. It wasn't a friendly greeting. It was an ultimatum.
Now, on that note, right? Bruh, you are in a circumstance where, let's say,
Get down.
you're in a circumstance where somehow or another you realize that there are people who come to your land. They come to your land. You and your people have been living in peace for ages. And now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody steps foot on your land and they're giving you an ultimatum: surrender this land or perish. You, as the leader, what do you say to the messenger that comes off the boat onto your shores? I digress. My mic is muted.
Is he making it back?
No,
I don't think
wait. No. There is diplomacy in war. You know, we don't do that. We don't kick them down the Spartan tunnel.
Hey, that's how I'm coming. That's how I'm coming. because at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You coming telling me, yeah, I mean, to surrender, and if I don't, you coming on here anyway. So just let me go ahead. Yo, what are you doing? I thought I just came beelining in here just now, almost knocked everything over. Like, at the end of the day, you coming to send a message, well, let me send my message. Yeah, I mean, my message is that, yeah, I mean, when you get back to the ship, you gonna be missing an arm, a leg, possibly your head. You know what I'm saying? So we might as well get this party started. Don't wait. we go ahead. We gonna stop the diplomacy right here, cause we already in agreement to the war now. That's my message, to let you know we in agreement to the war.
Okay, let's go ahead, keep on rocking out. This is our last video for the night. It's only about 12 minutes. We're already about 3 minutes in. Let's keep on going. Let's see what we got.
Kublai Khan wasn't a man who took no for an answer. His plans were delayed by his war in southern China, but he didn't forget. He saw Japan as a land of rumored riches, and its defiance was a challenge to his power. By 1274, he was ready. The Khan assembled a
My bad. AC, yeah, that's right. You've been chilling in peace. This man sends messengers. And because you said, nah, we ain't even going, we not going for it. He like, nigga, that's defiance and that's disrespect for whole T. You ain't never met this person. Let's keep on listening to how this plays out. Yeah, you see, let's put it in a modern form. Are we rocking or are we not?
massive invasion force of Mongol, Chinese, and Korean soldiers. From the ports of Korea, a fleet of around 900 ships prepared to sail, a floating city of war. Contemporary Japanese sources claimed they carried about 8,000 warriors, though modern historians believe that number may have been exaggerated.
So let's just say, all right, 80 against 50,000. Let's just say it was exaggerated by 30. 80 people. Like, I really need you to think about that, bro. Like, that's literally like, no, I'm saying 80 people as far as that's your whole army against thousands. That's like you saying, I'm gonna get everybody in the neighborhood. Nah, bump that. I don't care if your nephew 15, he need to get out here. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like real shit though.
If he wants to stay on this land, he gonna get out here.
You know, so like, let's see what we got.
This was an instrument of pure conquest, and its first target was the small island that stood as the gateway to Japan, Tsushima. Tsushima was a rugged, quiet outpost, a stepping stone between Korea and mainland Japan. It was ruled by the So clan, led by the elderly deputy governor, Sosuke Kuni.
That is the armor that's in the game.
Yeah, that joint fire too.
It is. That is the armor that's in the game. So I like the authentication of it. I like that.
He was a seasoned warrior, a man who lived and breathed the samurai code of duty. On November 4th, 1274, that quiet life ended forever. Lookouts spotted the unbelievable. The horizon had vanished, blotted out by a forest of ship masts. The Mongol invasion fleet had arrived. To the
All that's coming to you, AC, and it's nothing but you and 80 soldiers. Everybody else is women, children, and elderly.
defenders on the shore, however, the force must have seemed infinite. Panic was met with duty, so Sukekuni knew his situation was hopeless. He had only his personal retinue of about 80 mounted samurai and their retainers. 80 men against an army of thousands. Logic demanded surrender. It would have saved lives and spared the island.
Would you have surrendered?
No, because
Why are
even
you
so,
serious? No, wait, bruh. I know it sounds heroic. I know it sounds real, dutiful, bruh. You ain't got but 80 men. There are boats that are carrying an obvious number of thousands. You're going to war?
bruh, it's either that, surrender, keep the island at peace, and die still at the end of that joint, or at least put up a fight to weaken some of the numbers to where as though they can't take over the whole country. Because either way you're gonna die. It's not like you surrender and they're gonna be like,
Okay.
all right, all is forgiven. We just gonna let y'all take one of these boats and just sail the ocean till you find somewhere else to go. No, that's not ready to happen.
My thing is this. During those times, I'm fighting.
Yeah, you gonna have to.
Not because see the thing is this fight. I would rather fight and know that if we did perish, it was in a glorious, righteous way, right? We literally perished. Our blood was spilled protecting our land, right? You surrender, all they're going to do is take the men captive off the men. Then all they're going to do is just grape and pillage the women and children,
Bruh.
That's what's going to happen. So you
what I'm
don't
saying.
have a choice. So that's why I
That's
just
even-
wanted to see where you was at.
That's
So
even
yeah,
if
You
they
gotta
let the
fight.
male. Yeah, that's even if they let the male children live. They probably kill all the male children. Bruh.
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And be trying to have babies with your daughters by 10.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, so you gonna have. I'm taking at least some of y'all out with me. And I always like. This was one of my this is one of the things that made me like start working into the Lord's favor. You know what I'm saying? It's because I remember seeing a lot of bull crap happening and a lot of people moving in the flesh and stuff like that, and I was getting so frustrated and mad. And I remember saying like, yeah, I hope y'all keep the same energy when God come back, because when he come back, yeah, I mean, everybody who turn around and start running and talking about they wasn't ready. Oh yeah, I'm tripping everybody. I'm tripping. I'm knocking y'all down. I'm doing all that. You're not gonna be able to run because I'm gonna kick. You know how you kick the back of somebody's leg and they go fall over and tumble. Yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight kicking your leg, bruh. I mean, like, and then I remember after that, bruh. I just was like, I'm like, Lord, I want to be in the army. I want to be on the front line too. I mean, make me a warrior in your army on the front line. So when it comes down time to go against the flesh and we battling, yeah, I want to be on the front line. I want to know that I died for you. You know what I'm saying? I want to know that I died in a righteous cause and not because
That's right.
I was on some trying to save myself type stuff. Nah, like Cause I'm for sure trying to take me some people now. I ain't gonna cat.
Absolutely. Nah, you hip. Let's get back to the video. Let's see what we got. Let's get back to the story, y'all. Let's go ahead. It's story time. Let's do it.
But for a samurai, the choice wasn't between victory and defeat. Victory was impossible.
Hey, AC, on your end, all of this is playing clear. It ain't glitching and all of that.
It's it was playing clear. I don't know. Maybe because you paused it, it started.
No.
slowing
I
down.
paused it.
Okay, yeah. No, it was playing clear.
All right, bet. I just want to make sure, on the outside.
The choice was between a life of shame and an honorable death. They would not surrender.
All right, well, hold
they
on.
would
Now,
fight.
now it's
As the invaders began landing in the dead of
You say what?
Now it's like Chop is doing frame by frame. Before it was it was playing good.
Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me do this. We're gonna do like this. We're gonna listen, okay?
All
right, bet. Let's listen.
Night.
And I'm gonna pop it up frame by frame,
Sukakuni made one last attempt at diplomacy, but his emissary was driven back by a volley of arrows. The Mongol message was only conquest. As his men prepared, a fire reportedly broke out at the local shrine to Hachiman, the god of war. Some accounts say white doves gathered there as it burned, a sign Sukakuni chose to see as a divine omen. He gathered his 80 horsemen. They weren't trying to defend the island. They were preparing to die for it. With their armor laced and swords drawn, they rode to Komoda Beach, waiting for the dawn and their charge into legend. The battle began before dawn, when the first waves of invaders stormed the beach. What happened next wasn't just a fight. It was a violent collision of two completely different ways of war. The samurai way was all about individual heroism. A warrior would ride out, announce his name and lineage.
Now, do you believe in that form of battle in the sense of
awesome?
Do you believe more so, like you scream out and you're more vocal, or do you believe in more the ninja way, like silent, and I'm just gonna off you? I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm not about to wrap you up, Mo. What you want?
Yeah. I ain't ready to be like, yeah, my name is this, third generation, 50 pound. No, I ain't finna do none of that. We ready. I ain't got time for that, bro. We already know what we here for, bro. We let's get it cracking, bro.
Challenge an enemy of equal rank to a duel. They were masters of the longbow, picking off specific targets from horseback with deadly precision. So Sukakuni and his 80 men started the fight the only way they knew how, loosing a volley of arrows that found their marks, before drawing their long tachi swords and charging. But the Mongols didn't care about honor or duels. They were a disciplined, modern army that fought as one unit. They advanced in dense formations, a wall of shields moving to the beat of massive war drums.
Do you know why the Mongol army was so huge, AC? Because everywhere that Genghis Khan took over, he would also like preserve some of their best warriors. So they grew in numbers because it wasn't just where his people, where he from. So imagine everywhere you go, after you take over that hood, you recruit their best everything in the hood.
Right.
And you just keep making your army bigger and bigger. Now, the Japanese, their army is solely consisted of their own. Which would you say possibly is more effective? The army that has multiple people from different backgrounds and all different, let's say even fighting styles, you name it, who are forced to be merged into one, or the person who was able to, keep control of everyone who is within his territory lane? Like, how do you see it?
I'd rather have 10 lions than 100 sheep.
I think we talked about that. I think we talked about
We
that.
did.
Yeah. Go
I'd
ahead. Go
rather
ahead.
have 10 lions than 100 sheep because, these, even though I got the best of the best from each island, that guy might relapse. And I know
Uh,
I know these guys ain't finna relapse.
right, right. Okay. I like that. Yeah, like it's a chance something may click in and be like, yo, you off my family. Because a lot of those guys fighting in those armies with them, some of them, their whole family was decimated. And
Real
now
talk.
they're fighting with literally the people who decimated their families.
And not only that, he might see something, and it might remind him of that, and then
Right.
he don't complete the mission.
That's a good point too. Let's keep on rocking out. I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family. The time right now is 8:39 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's rock out.
Their archers use shorter composite bows, firing in massive, coordinated volleys that darken the sky, making it impossible for the samurai to single out opponents. A samurai who charged in looking for a duel was simply swarmed and cut down. Then came the weapon that truly terrified the Japanese: early gunpowder bombs. The Mongols used hand-thrown explosives known as tetsuhao, or thunder crash bombs, primitive gunpowder shells that exploded
The first Draco.
with
Real
a deafening roar,
Real talk.
spewing smoke and fragments. The noise panicked the Japanese horses, shattering their cavalry charges and turning the battlefield into a hellscape of fire and sound the samurai had never experienced. Despite the shock and the overwhelming odds, the 80 samurai fought with a ferocity that stunned the invaders. When they got into close quarters, their superior swordsmanship was devastating. The Japanese sword was a masterfully crafted blade, and in the hands of a trained samurai.
Cast your ads from Amazon to
My bad, y'all.
Nothing.
Let's go ahead and
No,
get through
you
this.
good.
No, you want to say something real quick?
Nothing like that katana, bro.
Man,
like
it's
that
nothing
katana.
like it. It's nothing like it. Like it's
Beautiful
it is a
craft.
very it is such a uniquely crafted design of the extension. Like they don't just look at it as a sword, it is actually looked at as the extension of the body.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
fun
absolutely.
fun fact about the katana, cause I was watching how to forge one. I want to forge a katana when I
Hmm.
get the supplies and all that stuff.
So you watched that show Forged in Fire?
Yes, and
That's much. Yeah, I like
but
that.
but I also binge watched a whole lot of regular forging different things and stuff. And
Yeah.
one video I came across was a Japanese man who forged katanas for a living, and I seen the process that they go through to forge that joint. So after they forge that joint, right? Each katana has what you call a soul.
Yep.
It's funny. It's
That's
funny,
a
right?
fact. That's a fact.
Because you asked a question about the animals going to heaven, and some people saying that you
Mm-hmm.
know they don't have a spirit and all that crazy stuff, bruh. If a katana can have a soul, bruh, then what more can be said? You know what I'm saying? And each katana has its own unique soul, has its own unique thumbprint, fingerprint, whatever you want to call it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
no katana's fingerprint is the same. It's always different. And how they do it, once they get the metal to be nice and smooth and set and all that stuff, they place this clay like mud over the sharp part of it, and it's like a wavy effect, and they place that on there, and when they place that on there, they sit it inside the fire and let it heat up and stuff, and then when they take it off and they clean it off and stuff, that that mud imprint is imprinted onto the blade, bro.
It is.
Yes, it's imprinted onto the blade. That's why when you get a real katana, you will see that ripple effect on the sharp part, is because that's how you know it was a handcrafted one.
Gotcha. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's get back to this movie cinema because we got a few more minutes left on this. Let's rock out.
These chronicles even claim that one samurai, Sukesada, cut down 25 enemy soldiers himself, though this number is likely legendary. So Sukekuni led charge after charge, a symbol.
For the record, just in case, for those who not hip, when they say more than likely that number is legendary, aka they probably sizing it, they exaggerating. It probably was just about 5 or 6 people. Let's keep on rocking out, just so you hip.
Full of defiance in the face of certain death. They fought with the courage of men who had already accepted their fate. But courage couldn't stop an avalanche. For every invader who fell, 10 more took his place. The samurai were swallowed by the horde, their individual skill lost in the sheer mass of the enemy. As the day wore on, the battle on Komoda Beach became a brutal, one-sided slaughter. The samurai, exhausted and dwindling in number, were pushed back from the shore.
Now, at this point, AC, okay, so you said yourself, you know what, we got to fight. Do you continue to push on, or do you tell the men to retreat at this point? You're a captain. You got the call.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, we playing chess right now. We playing AI chess.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, we all know live to die another day, or live to fight another day.
Right.
In this sense, you know, I'm a samurai. There's no way we can back out of this now, because that's part of the samurai's code.
Once you go in, you go all the way in.
You go all the way in.
Ain't no halfway dipping your foot in the water.
Exactly. You know, because this is what we signed up for. If that was the case, we should have never came out here. So, you know, with that being said, there's no way we could actually back out now. As long as we can continue to fight, we can continue to take people out. You know, hey, it is what it is. Either way, we gonna die. It's not like they're gonna be like, oh well, you know, we gonna, like I said, we not sparing y'all. We ain't coming here to take prisoners and coming to do that. We coming to seize.
So let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's rock out.
They were completely surrounded, their charges broken. Yet there was no thought of retreat. They would die as samurai, on their feet, swords in hand.
All right, okay. So I'm just now catching this. All right, I wasn't on the chat side, and here you go. Here you go. Like, you just don't know how to act, shawty. Like, real talk, you just don't know how to act. Anyway, shout out to Sugar Bomb.
I respect it.
God damn.
I respect it.
Let's keep on going, bro.
Final moments of the battle were a testament to their code. So Sukekuni, seeing his force all but destroyed, gathered his few remaining men for one last, suicidal charge into the heart of the Mongol army. It was there, In a final blaze of glory, that Sukakuni was finally killed, falling in defense of his home. By sunset, the battle was over. The vast majority of the 80 samurai and their retainers lay dead on the beach. Their last stand had ended. For the Mongols, it was a victory, but a costly one. With the defenders gone, they unleashed their fury on the island, burning buildings and killing civilians. From Tsushima, the Mongol fleet moved to the near.
Yeah. Of course, we gotta pause it.
No.
Who?
He's not dumb. He's not dumb because I understand. The wise thing to do, like I said, is try to run and live another day. But you running to live another day is still, you're just what they call that, allaying the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? You're either way they're gonna come. Either way they come and kill you. So
Well, I mean,
you're gonna
she
die
says
anyway.
dying isn't smart.
You're gonna die anyway. It don't matter. I choose not to die today. Maybe I can hold off for another week to die. Like, bro, you still gonna die.
Let's go ahead and keep on rocking out. Let's see what we got.
Nearby island of Iki, where another small garrison of samurai made a similarly heroic but doomed defense. Iki fell, and its people suffered the same fate. The Mongol war machine seemed unstoppable, and it was now pointed directly at the Japanese mainland. In military terms, the sacrifice at Tsushima was a defeat. But their fight wasn't pointless. During the chaos, a few survivors.
According to Sugar Bum, the fight was pointless because she says dying ain't smart. So apparently, Sugar Bum says it was pointless, nigga. And this is the last message. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on rocking.
Managed to escape on a small boat, carrying a desperate warning to the shogunate's headquarters on the mainland. The message was simple: the Mongols are here. The blood of the 80 samurai had bought the rest of Japan precious time to prepare. The news of the fall of Tsushima and
Pause
Iki.
that.
Right
Pause
there.
that.
Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? It's not. Sometimes I'm gonna say it like this. It's not about winning the battle. It's about winning the war. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not about winning the battle. It's about winning the war. This how we got conquered as African Americans, black people. This is how we got conquered. Because see, it wasn't the battle that needed to be won. It was the war.
Okay.
And if what I do trickles down to years later and I'm able to conquer you, well, guess what? I won the war. Because my whole mission now is complete. I come in to conquer. You see what I'm saying? So this one little bitty island where it's a whole bunch of nomads and nothing there. If y'all gotta sacrifice, y'all gonna have to sacrifice for the greater good. Because what they did was delay them long enough to where as though the actual place that they want is able to prepare themselves to go to war. Now, had they had ran, the people wouldn't have time to do that.
Bruh, get this shit. Anyway, I don't even know what to say to that shit, bro.
I don't know either.
I don't know what to say.
I can't.
Bro, we talk about ancient Japan. She talking about going through an alley. One of those alleys back there. So what you see?
I think Well, I think she was trying to say she got an ally. I think that's what she was trying to say. She going to get an ally. Yeah, I think that's what she was trying to say. To go get
Oh
an
God.
ally and then come back. like bruh, do you understand how long that would have took?
That is not
We talking
easy.
about horseback
You
riding.
talking about literally the first text message was a pigeon.
Real talk.
Messenger hawks.
Yeah, smoke signals and stuff, bruh.
Oh man. She said I'd have just called sis and them.
Real
And the
talk.
incredible bravery of their tiny garrisons spread like wildfire. The sacrifice of Sosuke Kuni and his men was no longer a military defeat. It became a national myth.
It's never been easier to start a podcast than with Rip.
What you got, AC?
Yeah, nah. Hey, hold on.
Well, let's go.
Rallying cry, a symbol of a spirit where honor meant more than life. The story of 80 warriors charging an army of thousands gave the nation a symbol of defiance. When the Mongol fleet finally reached Hakata Bay on the mainland, they weren't met by an unprepared country.
If you were one of the soldiers who actually passed away defending, and then the other soldiers that we saw on the boats got back, right? The remaining survivors, and they told the story. Would you personally want a statue in honor of your name?
Yo, bro, you gotta give me a statue, bro. I just laid my life down on the line, bro.
He said you gotta get.
I just gave the ultimate sacrifice, bro. Like, I need that, bro. I don't
He
care.
said,
I
"I
don't
need
care
that."
if it's actual size, and I don't care if it's 6 foot tall. I need that. I need that statue.
He said, "I don't care if it's GI Joe size. I
Real
need,
talk.
I need some."
I
Oh
need
man,
something, bro. Because like I said, it's not about the battle. It's about the war. My
There you go.
battle just held them back long enough to make it seem as if it was some importance here.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? So I've just played a mind game with y'all and had y'all all confused about, okay, hold up. Well, this ain't even the main spot. But even though it's not a main spot, all right, we can take it until we get to the main spot. Now, was it smart? Was it smart dying out there on the battlefield? No, it's never smart to die on the battlefield. If you could, you would not want to die on the battlefield. Nobody wants to die on the battlefield. But if my death can buy time to where as though the rest of my army can make it to group up and rally together and have some type of strategy, then yes, I'm smart for that.
Because what I'm doing is we talk about leadership, everything. Let's take it to like a real life, we're at war circumstance. And I just like the whole scenario of let's play it piece by piece. Yeah, that's right. Let's go all the way back to ancient days and let's just see how men of today would respond to how we would react in these circumstances. And I think that's a very interesting concept. I think I got a little something going. Let's keep on rocking out.
Organized force of samurai was waiting. They had learned from the reports from Tsushima. They knew duels were useless. Instead, they used fortifications and launched daring night raids in small boats, attacking the massive Mongol ships under the cover of darkness. The fighting was fierce, but the Mongols couldn't secure a strong foothold. Then,
I would say the number one thing that I would be more concerned about is after my folks made it back, I would be immediately on, we need to go ahead and regroup. Like, you know how they made 3,000, 300, and then the next one was 300 rising, and it was like, boatloads as well and everything else. So I would be on that type of mode, you know what I'm saying? Like once I
Yeah.
see that they come back. But
She hurt
more than anything, I would really be more concerned about my intelligence being able to abstract their intelligence, how they move, I'm talking about everything, like all the way down to their diet, like real talk. Like I want to know everything about you.
Real
I
talk.
want to like real deal study my enemy. So me in that leadership position, my main core would be regroup and study them
And
and go
see,
ahead and get everything back in place. Go ahead, what you
and
got?
and see now, and listen to what he just said. With us having that battle in the beginning, with us having that battle, we was able to gain knowledge
Right.
about how they conduct their battle. Because look, they don't know what we got. They
Facts.
don't know how we're
That's a
coming.
fact.
You see what I'm saying? They only going off what they seen from the first 80 samurais. They didn't even get to the main village yet. So we was able to see how y'all move, see how y'all conduct yourselves, see how y'all fight and all that stuff. So now when we get this report, we already studied the playbook.
As the leader during this time that you still have to prepare for the incoming battle that's on its way, what do you simultaneously do for the fallen and their families who now just got word? You gotta multitask.
Yeah.
We're leaders. Let's talk
Hey,
about
bro,
it.
we look, we battling in the honor of these men right here. That's
So,
just
so no funeral right now.
no funeral right now.
Okay, okay, no, that's
We
what's up.
riding
Yeah,
we riding out.
okay.
Remember on Hardball when they played that game, they had G Baby on their arm and stuff. We rolled it with the G Baby we rolled it with the G Baby joints on our arm. We repping for y'all now. You know what I'm saying?
What I would do personally is every last one of the men, like let's say we got however many of the names, and names are still coming in, right? So let's say out of the 80 men, let's say it was 60 of us that failed, 20 made it back, right? I would go ahead personally once I got word. She just be awesome. Oh shit. But I would go ahead, I will put all of those families in whatever like royal quarters, and I will be like, you know what I'm saying, during the remaining time of this battle, every last one of the soldiers who fell, their wife and their children, all are to be gathered in a very secure royal quarters, and they are to be treated,
Oh
as
yeah.
the king. Right. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
while the battle's going on. So
Oh
even
yeah.
though the funeral's not taking place, I'm not just going to keep you in the same, like, nah, move them out and put them in like all of y'all. And listen, all of y'all as wives, kids, all of y'all can grieve together, talk together, but we're going to give you all the luxuries that we are able to afford where we're located during this time of
Facts.
battle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts. You
That's what I
you
would do.
got to. Nah, you gotta have
And I'm
you
talking
gotta
about get
have that
right
going.
back to the shits.
Yeah.
Right back to the shits. But I would just make that message like get all
Look,
of them into the
you're up here with us now.
right,
We
right.
everybody who died on 80 men who died on that beach that day, that night or whatever, you know, your family is now top priority. You know, even if we don't move you in the castle, you're gonna be right outside the castle. Like you're not gonna have to ask for anything. You're not gonna everything is accommodated.
Basically, like
Yeah,
yeah, like I'm talking about food, wine, whatever, like
yeah.
all of that, health, whatever
Everything is
medical care
accommodated for
is
those
fully
people.
accommodated. Front
Yes.
row, front row. Let's go ahead and get back to the video. Let's see what we got.
As their fleet was anchored in the bay, a powerful storm hit. The Japanese would later call this typhoon the kamikaze, or divine wind. It smashed hundreds of ships against the shore and each other, drowning thousands of invaders. The first invasion was broken. An enraged Kublai Khan launched a second, even larger invasion in 1281. But by then, the Japanese were fully prepared. They had built a massive stone wall along Hakata Bay to prevent a landing. And after weeks of fighting, a second, even more powerful kamikaze struck, annihilating almost the entire Mongol fleet. The dream of conquering Japan died in the storm. In the grand history of the Mongol invasions, the battle on Tsushima is often just a footnote, a swift and brutal defeat. But its real importance isn't measured by who won or lost. The Last Stand of Sosuke Kuni and his 80 samurai is a story about the power of the human spirit against impossible odds. Their sacrifice wasn't in vain. It was the warning that allowed Japan to prepare and the legend that inspired a nation to fight back.
What do you get exactly? Like, it's all about the message in it to me, you know? What you get from that?
It's like, you know, you live for something or you die for nothing.
Right.
I mean, you live for something and you die for nothing.
It stands for something or fall for anything.
Yeah. Would you daggone rather run, tuck your tail, and still die?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you stand and fight and, you know, die with some daggone dignity and some honor?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather die with the dignity and the honor. Because this story is not about Japan and how Japan defeated the Mongols, because the Mongols basically defeated themselves by keep going out. They had a typhoon the first time. It came back in the same weather. Like, bro, you ain't get the message the first time, bro. It's typhoons out here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they basically killed themselves. So, I mean, was my death not in vain? No, it wasn't in vain. It was actually for something, because by the time that happened, y'all, we fought, took out as many people as we can. A storm came, interrupted the battle. By the time you came back, we had already built a wall and was prepared for y'all. So,
I mean, and that's the main thing that I look at on that. Because, see, what I've been really diving deeper into, AC, is the ancient art of things. Not just that, even down to, like, you know, I did a live not too long ago. I'm gonna do another one very briefly soon, about how, like, even like the royalties, and like how, man, they were so much more messed up than what we thought. Oh my goodness gracious. It was so, like, so when we talk about, like, we had to teach white people how to wash and stuff, that was real. That's real, because we definitely, I don't think have ever had a point where we had to suffer through such filth unless we just didn't have access to water. You talking about folks that had access to water and just for some reason decided to not use it, bro.
Use it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when I think about that, I'm sitting up here, I'm saying to myself, bruh, and everybody call themselves kings and queens. Okay, now I hear you. Yeah, okay. Everybody's a king and a queen. Now it's all great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like real talk though, seriously. When I look at how also putrid all of it was, it absolutely is like It's mind blowing, bruh. I got like 15 more minutes. Can we hit a clip?
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna hit a clip real quick, right? So, bruh, like just to so we can really understand how, like, when I say this was like, it was gut wrenching to know this really is how all of this was working back then. So I'm gonna play something
Yeah,
short real quick. All right, bet. There
and
we go.
and I said this. Relax, relax, bro.
What you got?
Relax, bro. You hit a wash machine. Relax.
And for the record, real quick, I would like to give my disclaimer. Yes. No, I do not hate white folks. I don't. But am I about to clown the dog shit out of what I'm gonna see? Yes. All right.
Yes. No, but I said this. I said, bro.
I'm just making it clear.
The only thing
Making it clear.
that would have changed, the only thing that would have changed something is had if we wouldn't have listened to that turn the other cheek. You know, I get it. You know, we don't want to set the example, and we don't want to be the stereotype of violent acting people and all this stuff. You know, we wanted to paint a narrative that we came in peace, but no war is won with peace. No war is won with, you know, being friendly and kumbaya and all that stuff. You only can win a war is if you fight in the war. You have to fight in the war.
AC, I'm getting ready to pull this up. We're getting ready to look at a king where one day, out of nowhere, something happened in battle, and things go downhill for the king. But I want us to really, more than anything, I want us to look at, like, when we think about and we see all these like grand portraits and like museums and coliseums and everything, and come to find out this is how y'all ass went out. Are you serious right now? But anyway, let's go ahead and rock out. I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 9:10 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Bruh, look at this right here. Let's go. Yeah, that's just the thumbnail.
In the summer of 1087, within the stone walls of a monastery in Rouen, a stench so unbearable filled the corridors that even the most devoted servants fled in horror. The source of this nauseating odor was not a forgotten corpse or a plague pit, but the living body of one of medieval Europe's most powerful men.
Unmute your mic, Smitty.
Yeah. The king stunk that bad.
Oh,
the
that's
king.
nasty.
They're talking about the king. Not the backed up sewerage, just one man's body, and out of all people, the highest of the land. Let's go.
William the Conqueror, the Duke who had crossed the Channel and seized the English throne through blood and iron, was rotting alive. The man who had commanded armies, crushed rebellions, and reshaped an entire kingdom was now helpless.
Now, AC, there's going to be such a significant message that I want you to tap in on with me with this. Now, I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to like play some, skip through, and we're going to kind of, so we make it, crush it down to 15 minutes. I got us. Let's go.
His massive body consuming itself from within while he still drew breath. What followed would become one of the most grotesque deaths in royal history, a demise so horrifying that chroniclers would document every putrid detail for generations to come. William's journey to this nightmarish end began not in battle, but through a tragic accident during a military campaign. In July 1087, at the age of 59, the aging but still formidable king had laid siege to the French town of Mantes. The campaign was born from fury and vengeance.
Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to get to what happened soon, okay? All right. So what we're gonna do? My bad. Yeah, we're gonna let that play through. We're gonna get to what exactly happened to the king, right? So let's hold on. Here we go.
And as was customary in medieval warfare, he ordered the town put to the torch. Buildings erupted in flames.
Definitely. Always got to make sure that we
How you doing?
you already know. First lady in the building. First lady in the building. All right, all right, all right. What's going on with you, beloved? All right, you already know. Let's go ahead and get back to this AC. Let's see what we got, bro. Because somehow or another, yeah, bro, like something happened. Let's go.
The screams of inhabitants filled the air, and smoke billowed into the summer sky. William rode through the burning streets on his warhorse, surveying the destruction he had wrought. For a man who had spent his life conquering and subduing, this was another triumph in a lifetime of victories. But fate, it seemed, had grown weary of William's conquests. As the king guided his horse through the smoldering ruins, his mount suddenly reared. The exact cause remains disputed by chroniclers. Some claimed the horse stepped on burning embers that had fallen from a collapsing building.
So listen to what happens to him. Like, this is what's so crazy, how out of nowhere life can just take a turn for you. Let's listen to how he wound up in this position. He's riding on a horse, and his horse has all of these mounts and spikes and everything. Let's see.
Others suggested the animal was startled by a sudden collapse nearby. Whatever the trigger, the powerful destrier lurched forward violently, and William's massive body was thrown hard against the iron pommel of his saddle. The impact was devastating. The metal horn drove deep into his swollen abdomen, and the king felt something tear inside him. The pain was immediate and excruciating. William slumped in his saddle, gasping, his hands clutching his belly. His attendants rushed to his side as he nearly fell from his horse.
That's internal bleeding. And this is during a time where we did not have the medical treatment to treat internal bleeding.
Facts.
All right. Just in case anybody wondering.
It sound like he might have appendix or something.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, hold on before you click the picture, though. Hey, look at Joe in the back, though.
Exactly. Look like the jump from Star Wars. Look like the jump from Star Wars, though. Hey, nah, they do be getting out with the portraits on this jump, bro. They not done. They not done. They be getting all out with the portraits.
The king was quickly helped down and examined by his physicians, but the internal damage was beyond their understanding. In an age before modern medicine, internal injuries were death sentences. The doctors could see no external wound.
Yeah, they are messed up. Got the king looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
No blood, but William knew something terrible had happened inside his body. He could feel it, a deep wrongness spreading through his abdomen. Despite his agony, William refused to show weakness before his men.
And they never show a picture without people with their hands to their nose.
This
is terrible. This is terrible. So again, when we think about back in the day and all of this that was so rabbit ears, right? So grand, so gesture, right? No, I'm looking at court gesture, the way that they depict it, in the sense of maybe it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. You see? And even the message I get right now is this is exactly how, honestly, that picture is what the spirit of most people who have money looks like on the inside. The inside of them looks just like that. I don't care what they got on the outside. I'm not saying all. It doesn't mean because you have money that you're some horrible, rotten person. But there are so many people that their soul, their spirit looks just like that right now on the inside. And you don't even know it because you're so blinded that they still got a crown on. I digress. My mic is muted. Let's keep on going.
He ordered that he be taken to his capital at Rouen, to the priory of Saint-Gervais, where he might rest and recover. The journey back was torturous. Every movement of the litter that carried him sent waves of agony through his body.
You can get your butt up here too, girl. Anyway.
By the time they reached Rouen, the king was feverish and delirious. His physicians attempted every treatment known to medieval medicine. They bled him, applied poultices, administered herbal remedies, and prayed fervently for divine intervention. Nothing helped. In fact,
imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
And that's the thing.
Now hold on, because I'm about to hold on, wait a minute. What's going on? Give me 1 second. Because I don't know what just happened. Just let me go ahead and there we go. Okay. Now go ahead and say what you gotta say.
Nah, I was ready to segue off of what you were saying. That's right, bro. Because when we look at what he had went through, and then we put that with now's time, it's like you said, it's a lot of people out here that's dying on the inside. They can have everything in the world, but they're dying on the inside because they prefer to show what they have, and they prefer to flaunt their assets, more than actually trying to be a decent person. So that
1 second, bro. 1 second. 1 second. Let me go ahead.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Sing, children. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. And
there she go. What's going on, girl? Are you on? I think check your microphone. Are you on mute, off mute? Check your microphone. There she go. You there? Mic check 1 2. Say something. No, you just put it back on mute. Take it back off. I'm looking at it. Push the button for the mic. Anyway, go ahead, AC. Let's give her a second. Hold on. Are you there? Don't push no button. Just talk. What you got?
All
right, nah, yeah. Hey, listen. Let me check your settings.
Yeah,
I want you to finish what you're saying.
Settings.
And I'm gonna see what's going on. Drop down and come back up. All right, just go back down and come back up. I'm gonna pull you right back up. All right. And let me see what's going on with the settings. Go ahead, AC, because I'm gonna check our microphone settings.
Okay. Yeah, bro. Like that internal your spirit has a lot to do with that, bro. Like the spirit that you have, and what we seen from him is pride in I wouldn't necessarily say ego. It could go in there because he was the king and he, I'm the king. I don't want to show that I'm going through anything, and then so I can say pride and ego. That's a thing of pride and ego because he could have he could have, you know, gave his powers to somebody else. He could have put forth, you know, and like you said, in that time, that's a death sentence. Because ain't like he could go get an X-ray and be like, "Oh yeah, we see that you know you got a ruptured spleen, and we're gonna put you in emergency uh
Well,
surgery and
see,
stuff."
there's a much deeper message that I'm really trying to get to myself. And that message is when you're strong and people fear you, how you're treated. When you become weak and people can take advantage of you, that's what's scary. Give me 1 second. Let me see some. Oh shit. Okay, up.
Yeah,
Try again.
and,
Just try again. Anyway, let's go ahead and see
that
what
go like I
happens.
said, that goes with
Oh,
the
go ahead.
pride and the ego.
It go
You know,
really, or
yeah.
does that not go with the natural nature of, or does that not go with the natural nature of people? You see,
Well, I would, yeah,
and like let's listen. So he was so feared, but somehow or another he fell ill. Let's listen to how things turned out.
The tissue beneath was dying. The king's face, once ruddy and full, became gaunt and hollow, his eyes sunken deep into their sockets. He was in constant, unbearable pain. Medieval chroniclers, who were not prone to exaggeration about such matters, recorded that William's screams could be heard throughout the monastery. He begged for death, for relief.
1 second. Let's see if we got right here. Mic check 1 2. Hello. Say something. Golly, boy, why I can't hear you? You talking? Let me see something. Oh, hold on. Let me see something here. Hold on. Mic check 1 2. Hello. Say something. Say something. Cancellation. Put this on the jazz. Hello. That's crazy. Why I can't hear you? Can you hear AC?
nope. She might have to change her mic if she's she.
Can y'all hear me
There
now?
you go. Yeah.
There you go. You on? What you had to go get your Bluetooth?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. What you had to go get your Bluetooth?
Hell yeah. Sorry, y'all.
Nah, it's all good. That
Yeah.
I was ready to say your mic might be because sometimes that happens to me. Um, if I use one headset and then when I come back in, it'll be on another headset or on the default one. I gotta go,
Yeah.
especially if I go in on my phone. I definitely have
Mhm.
to switch to my headset.
Well, I
So,
apologize.
nah,
Nah,
you.
you good?
Is there anything you wanted to say about at any point of the show? Even what we were talking about earlier, or anything you want to tap in now, or you just hanging out?
I'm hanging out for right now because I just tapped in, but so
Okay.
far I was just interested on what you were showing.
All right. Let's go ahead and keep on rocking out. I digress. My mic is muted. Let's get back to it. So we're going to see how is the king treated once everything's, his health is gone. See, that's the thing I be thinking about.
Yeah.
So those of us,
So,
even as like parents, how maybe our kids, family members, and all of that. Like if you're somebody like, let's say Lil Durk, AC, I know you know about it. Him being in him when King Von passed away. When King Von passed away, I keep hearing stories about how his homies was taking all his clothes and stuff.
yep. And
I
see
know you heard the same.
that's the thing,
You see,
and I said ego and pride because once he realized this wasn't gonna be good for him, he should have already been He should have already been putting this stuff into play the way as though, like, I know he got kids. I know he got a son. I know he a king. He got sons around there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why didn't he put? Why didn't I want a whole king position so bad, and I want to keep my image so bad that I'ma just melt. I'd rather melt away than pass this power down to somebody else, so where as though this would have happened. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
your pride and your ego stopped you from possibly having been took advantage of.
Love, what do you think about pride and ego? What you got for that? Is pride and ego a good thing? Like, or is that something we should have? Should we have it balanced, or should we not have it at all? Like, how you see it?
I honestly believe that we should have a balance because sometimes being in a prideful way, it saves you from a lot of things. And then having that ego, it boosts up your confidence to do better. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I look at it in a different realm of
Okay.
how everyone else look at it. I look at it in the positive realm because you can have these two things and it can turn out positive, or you can have it and it can be negative. But to me,
Okay. All right. No,
that's how I feel.
absolutely.
Facts.
So let's see what we got on this right here.
I like that.
Okay, let's rock out.
Release from the agony that consumed him, the psychological torment was perhaps worse than the physical suffering. William had spent his entire life as a warrior and conqueror. He had been born the illegitimate son of Robert, Duke of Normandy, and had fought from childhood to claim and hold his inheritance.
So ever since a kid, he's been a warrior, a fighter, all of that. Now he's older and he's in his crossing over stage. Let's see what takes place with the people around him. Again, I like to play things like this because I'm not listening to the story itself. I'm listening to the significant subliminal messages that just might have a role to do in my own life, yours, or whoever's. Let's go.
His enemies had mocked him as William the Bastard, and he had answered their derision with violence and determination. At age 24, he had secured Normandy. At 38, he had invaded England, defeated King Harold at Hastings, and claimed the English throne. He had subdued rebellions, crushed his enemies, and built an empire through sheer force of will. Now, at the end of his life, that same will was powerless against the rot consuming his body. William could not fight this enemy with sword or...
Go ahead.
Now,
Yeah.
from what I hear, he used a lot of force. He used a lot of fear tactics. You know, you gotta fear me. It's always you gotta fear me until you're no longer nothing to be feared, and then that goes out the window. You know.
So back
But
to
you
the
rather
leadership
have
question. Back to the leadership question. I want you to finish what you're saying. Would you, as the leader, rather be the leader that is feared so nobody ever tries to overthrow you, or would you rather be loved and respected and have that possibility be at hand?
I'd rather be loved and respected, because with the fear, you know, once that's said and done, nobody's gonna come to your aid because they don't care about you. They never did care about you. Only reason why they did what they was doing is because they feared what you was gonna do. Now, if you um assassinate me and I have an early demise because of that, then guess what? My people gonna ride. They gonna slide. They ain't gonna be nobody out there talking about so slide for your homie. Or they gonna slide because they respect and love me for who I was. And I probably have a statue somewhere.
My bad. No. Please forgive me. I was talking the whole time on mute. So, love, you're the queen of this whole entire island. Would you rather be known as, now, mind you, let's just say, even as a woman, you're the first woman in this position, and, you know, there's never been that before. So, would you rather be the queen that is known to be feared and you will off ahead in nobody's business, or would you rather be known to be the queen that was loved and respected, but to know if you are, the overthrowing is possible?
Oh, most definitely to be known, but just know that don't ever judge a book by its cover. Like I'm always for positive and good vibes and things of that nature. So anything that's negative, I don't want it around me any damn way, you know. But I'm more for
During those
sharing.
times though.
Yeah. During them times. I don't know. I'm just different, you know? I'm just
Okay.
different. Like I want to be known. You're going to know me. It is off with your head, but I'm not the type that got to be, ooh, fear me. Like uh, I'm not one of them type. Like I'm more so like, oh, I respect her. Like, she's not this, she's not that. She's actually a cool person, and whatever she wants me to do, hey, I'm gonna do it for her because she looks like and she feels like a cool person. So, but don't get me twisted though. Don't get me twisted.
You
You
such a
know.
lady. You are
No, for real. As a
you
king,
such a
as a
lady.
king or a queen like that, you're gonna have to be one of those people that's gonna be like,
Yes.
all right, I'm gonna off your head because of this. I'm gonna have a reason to off your
Right,
head. I'm
right.
not just gonna off your head because I said something and you said something slick back that I didn't
Yeah,
like.
like who does that? Like people, to me, not to cut you off,
No,
but
you okay?
people got to understand like we living into a day and time, and I know we're talking about if I was a queen and if you was a king back in the day, but I'm always the more what's going on today type of person. So if I was a queen somewhere right now, I wouldn't use that to my advantage. That's what I'll say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a real person, so I've been through the struggles. I still go through it, but at the end of the day, I know who I look for to help me, and it's more so God more than people. So I look at like the world and things in a different way. It's more so positivity, love, peace, anything that's dealing with love and abundance.
So you
So
would rather be the queen that is looked at from her people as respected and loved more so than feared.
yeah, you can fear me
Okay.
because I mean, it's kind of like I'm trying to be real as shit for real. Excuse me. Ooh, I'm sorry. Can I cuss?
You okay? Just just watch out. Just watch out for the F bombs. They pick up on that, but like, shit, bitch,
Okay.
damn, and everything else, you all
Yeah,
right.
but I'm more so like, are you're going to see the repercussions of anything that you do, but why go through that? Like I'm one of them people like, why go through all that just to prove a point? What point are you trying to prove? We can sit down and talk about it. But if you don't want to talk about it, we can rock it out. Like we can do what we gonna do. May the best woman win. You know what I'm saying? But just to be like, ooh, I'm a queen, you're gonna bow down and respect me. I'm not that type of person. No, I'm not.
Do you think that that would be suitable as somebody who's sitting on a royal throne who has to guide, let's say, an entire queendom? I guess it would be called at that point.
You said, do I think what, love?
Do you think that that would be conducive? Like, would that be beneficial for you as the queen to basically kind of be more freelance and like, everybody can do whatever they want for the most part, and I'm just about love? Or do you think that it'll be more beneficial for us to go ahead and say, like, you know what, look, as much as I love y'all, I know what would happen if I let y'all take this inch and make it a mile, right?
Yeah,
So,
like
so
most definitely, most
yeah.
definitely.
Now,
I'm.
now, now, I do. Now, I just want to say this real quick.
What's
Everything that
that?
you said, everything that you just said, it's just your natural answer as a lady. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Who,
I so
me?
get it. You know,
What do
yes,
you?
you.
What do you
Yes,
mean by
you.
that?
Yes, you. No,
What do
it's
you
just
mean by
like I can
that,
say,
though?
like, no, I would more so like we can all be just like in love. I would make campfires. Oh my gosh, the kids
I
would have like
never said
s'mores.
nothing like that.
You
I just said
basically
I would
should have
rather for
said that.
you.
You basically should have said
No, I would. I'm basically saying.
that.
Shut up. But I was
Yeah.
basically saying, no, for real. I was basically saying, like, why get to all that? But
Uh-huh.
you got it. You got people out here that don't care. They got to prove a point or whatever, and you got to stand up for yourself. I'm just one of them type of people. Like, you got to put me to a limit now with the background I got now. You got to push me
Hmm.
to a limit. So I try to come at peace because when that that fire come out, it's a different ball game.
There you
It
go with
is.
that. There you go with that Leo.
No, it's not about the Leo. It's not about zodiac. It's about my mental. Like I can laugh and
Yeah,
still
that is something different. Yeah, that's
go
something
0 to 100. But everybody don't have that.
different.
You
Okay,
know.
so you know what I noticed? You know what I noticed
What's that?
nowadays? Nowadays, I believe in AC. Tell me what you think about this too, bro. Like I believe that nowadays because you know what? I notice how myself, right? Let me go ahead, cam up for this part, right? You know, I myself even have peeped how and like you around me, so you hip. Oh, okay. She be back. I notice how like my patience has gotten real thin. Uh a lot. Now I don't know if it's my age gathering, AC. You see where I'm at? Or if it's how society is set up. But like, bruh, I'm not gonna lie, I do go from 0 to 100 a lot faster than what I used to. And I don't mean on some like I'm ready to blow up the world type, you know what I'm saying? But like where I used to would more so where I used to would more so have the patience. I'm really peeping how like I don't know, man. Like what's your take on that? Do you believe that society is draining our patience like in a spiritual sense and all of that and how we respond and is there a reason why maybe there are more times than not that we will respond more irrational than others? I don't know. What's your take?
Yeah,
And she's back.
it's I would say it's a combination of kind of both. It's a combination of one, society being being in this time where society is so microwaved. Everybody wants self gratification. Everybody wants things right then and there. Right now, back in our time, we had more patience on waiting for things to come to us and stuff like that. We had to wait longer periods of time to get certain
Hmm.
things. Um, Now everything is just so accessible. Uh, and also I said it's kind of both. Also, it's the age thing because I noticed as I got older too, like certain things would trigger me a lot faster.
Hmm.
And as I'm getting as I'm getting older now and I'm starting to understand, a lot of times we don't understand why we're being triggered. We don't understand what's the trigger, why we're being triggered, and what's triggering us. We just know that we have a short patience for certain things. A lot of times we don't sit back and analyze the situations that's happening to us. So I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to learn, those triggers and stuff like that. So I'm starting to have a lot more patience as I'm getting older. I'm starting to get have a lot more patience. Um, because I'm understanding my triggers. A lot of people don't know how to understand their triggers and what triggers them. So I try not to be I try not to put myself in certain situations where I'm gonna get triggered fast. And one of my biggest triggers was driving. Like one of my biggest triggers was definitely driving. So now I'm understanding that
Like real quick, like rush hour traffic, all of that.
yes,
Like why hold on. So you telling me we was sitting here for 45 minutes because you niggas was rubbernecking?
Or or AC.
exactly.
AC, or is it merging on to the lanes when you're coming
Mer-
onto traffic? Because that was mine.
that's
Yeah.
definitely one of mine too. Like um a lot of triggers come from driving, just people just not being aware of it's other people on the road. You're not the only one driving on this road. It's other people. So
Can I
go ahead.
just give y'all my number one road pet peeve? The
Go
person
ahead.
that is so pressed to hurry up and rush. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the person that is so pressed to hurry up and rush to get in front of you just to drive way slower than what you would have, and you like, bruh,
Oh yeah.
I'd have been
Yeah.
That's
gone,
the
bruh.
worst.
Like I
Yeah.
can't stand that person, bruh.
That's
Yeah.
the
It was
worst.
so pressed, and they rush. Oh, they hit the gas to get in front of you just to do just a notch under the speed limit. You
hmm
like, if you don't move. But anyway, go ahead, AC.
No, you good. But yeah, so once I started understanding my triggers and why I was being triggered and what makes me triggered, I started to gain that patience back. You know, uh, another one of my triggers was and Smitty, you kind of went through this yesterday. Is it's not what people say, is how people say it. So that was one of my
Uh, I know what you. Yeah, okay. I'm
yeah
sharp. I'm sharp. Go ahead.
yeah. So that's one of my triggers as well. How you say things can mean a lot, and it's not like I said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So that was one of my traits. So when I started understanding, okay, this person, I know you probably don't mean no harm by what you're saying, and I know that you're saying it because that's just how you talk. I can look past that because what you said didn't offend me. It's just how you said it in response of what I was saying. So I'm giving my I'm pushing my pride and my ego aside to let you say what you need to say, because I know where I'm gonna go at with this, and we're not gonna get nowhere with this conversation. We mess around and sit here for 45 minutes talking in circles about what you said. Not about what you said, but how you said it to me. You know what I'm saying? So
More than anything, I'm gonna be real with you, AC, just to break it down to you how I am as a man. Uh, and I can assure you, like, it's definitely one up here who's around me in person who knows this about me personally, right? On a day-to-day basis. bruh.
Mhm.
I like where we're from, bruh. Like we do, if you want to say harsh jokes, bruh. Like we don't come from nothing soft, bruh. Nah, it's not about that. It's about like direct, deliberate attacks on certain things.
Indirect.
Yeah, exactly. Now, see, that's the thing because if you noticed, I made it very clear in that moment, hey, no problem with saying to you directly, no, I'm just speaking in general. I'm going to say this to you. Now, I don't want to get on that too deep because I don't, you
No, no,
know,
no, no. Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
No, no.
gonna cause some stuff, bro. But just to respond to what you're saying, I'm definitely a man that is all about if I have an issue with you, AC, I'm gonna make sure you know I'm talking directly to you. It's not gonna be
Facts.
nothing that's like swung around the board. That's it. I have
Yeah.
nothing else to say. Love, I want to ask you this. So what I was asking AC basically, when it comes to like if you actually were in the position, right? So let's just go ahead. Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch it up for you just a little bit. You're in a position ship, you're in the position of as the queen, and the entire civilization that you rule, um, they're undergoing a war problem, right? And they're also undergoing famine for whatever reason, what would you at least try to say, or what would you do to go ahead and fix the problem? Considering it's a war problem and we got people attacking and it's a famine problem. Now, I'm saying this to you in the sense of at least words of comfort. Like, how would you comfort the people? What would you do to keep the people at ease and make sure that at least chaos doesn't arise and a riot doesn't ensue?
Out of
Stop
all
laughing at
freaking,
me. Stop
out of all
laughing
freaking
at
questions, right? You gonna ask me some political shit, me stuff? Like I don't. War.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, yep. I want to know. Yep.
Wow. What would I
Nah, real
do?
talk though. Yeah, what would you do in that moment? Like, you got to calm the people down. There's a war going on outside the gates, and there are also people hungry. What would you do in that moment to calm the people down? That's it. That's all
First,
I'm
I'll
asking.
try to figure out the facts before I run to these people and tell them to calm down. Like, you got to figure out what is the solution.
Okay.
Like figure out the solution. Then you'll be able to answer questions on what the people may be asking if they trust on your word on what's going on. Like, I don't like that part of leadership. Like, I don't want nobody to depend on no word about their life on my line, or their hands,
Hey, I
their life
love
in my
that though.
hands. Like, no, because
I
I'm gonna
love
be one of the people like, oh my God, what?
that.
No, uh-uh. But I
Oh
hope I
man.
answered the best way.
Nah, you actually answered exactly how honestly me personally expect a woman to answer in that mode. Like, like look, like I don't mind giving my man some good counsel. Like I'll give him some good but like you talk about this war stuff, like I know that was that you definitely passed the test. You passed the test.
I actually
Believe it or
wasn't trying to pass any tests. I just, you know me, like when it's political things, I try not to involve myself because it's like, mm, it's not for me. Like, I don't get deeper into politics and stuff like that, or wars and things of that nature. I just want to know, are we going to die or not? Like, that's what I want to know.
you're in the
All
space
right.
that there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
right.
really, yeah, it really isn't. It's just your answer. So, like, if you could go ahead and fix anything in the black community, what would it be?
Our mental health.
You will put money into mental health.
Yeah, we messed up, man. Like a lot of us are, you know. And whew, Lord, if you sit down with many of people and you come across them, because if you guys are that type of spirit that attract people and they just
Hmm.
come up to you or they talk to you and they just tell you their story, you will be surprised by looking
Bruh.
at some people, you know. So I will really change mental health. It should be a mental health clinic free in every daggone county. I really think that because a lot of us need help, even if we don't say we do, because we think we can fix our own problems. But sometimes to get to a point, you be like, damn, I tried everything. Like, why do I still feel this way? You know?
Mhm.
But I'll fix mental health.
I
AC, what
know
would you
exact.
fix?
I know exactly what she meant by that, bro. Just a segue real quick, and then I'll get to mine.
Nah,
Uh,
man, take your time. Take your time.
I
We
was
just kicking the shit. We kicking the
I
shit.
I was in Best Buy, and it was me, my wife, and Cinnamon. Cinnamon's my dog, and I had Cinnamon in the cart, and it was funny because this guy just walked up out of nowhere, and in 5 minutes we knew almost everything about this dude just by him walking up and talking to me. And he spoke to me. I was like, "What's going on, bro? How you feeling?" He like, "Man, I'm good, man. Like, you got a beautiful dog, man." And I like, "Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. I've been waiting to get a dog for so long. I finally got one." And he was like, "Yeah, man. I know how you feel because I just got out and I was in there and I did a six, I think it said like a 6 year bid or something like that, and now I want a dog so bad, but I stay at my people's crib, and I can't get a dog, you know what I'm saying, because I stayed out. I just want to get one so bad, man." And I'm like, "Dang, bro." I'm like, "Well, the best part is, bro, you out, so that's something to be thankful for. As long as you out, you ain't in there, you moving around, you good, bro." And he looked at me and was like, "Yeah." And then that was the end of the conversation. And my wife was like, "Bruh, everywhere you go, bruh, you just be talking to random people." And I'm like, "Bruh, hold up. First of all, he came he came up to me and started talking to
Hey,
me."
hey, hold on, AC. Watch this, love. Just about a night or two ago, did I or did I not, in the wee hours of the morning, start talking to you? And I said, I don't know why random people throughout my whole life just feel a reason to come up and tell me their whole life story, and I don't know them.
Yeah. And I say it's not only being the kindred spirit, it's more so being a chosen one. You know, we
Facts.
vibrate different. We vibrate so different. You
Hmm.
know, and we're misunderstood a lot. So I just wanted to just say that.
Nah, you're 100% right.
How do
It's
you deal with being misunderstood?
I love it.
No, I'm talking to the missus real quick.
Oh.
No, 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 no. You good, you good. No, no, no. We're gonna get to you too, AC. I'm trying to get it around here a little bit.
No, because I'm about to be rolling now because I'm sleepy. But
Nah, you good. You can
um,
get up out of here when you ready.
being mis being misunderstood is it's not a good feeling, but I look at it like this. One day you'll get it. Like if I'm telling you something and it's a misunderstanding about it, or long as it wasn't nothing that was negative where we're cussing each other out and things of that nature. But if it's some regular stuff, like you'll understand what I'm saying later. Because I've been through situations like that, and you being misunderstood because you're trying to help somebody and they thinking that you trying to not help them. And a 2 or 3, not 2 or 3, but maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, and like, damn, you were right. Like, yeah, I was trying to tell you that. So I'm one of those type of misunderstood too. But in relationship wise, I misunderstood a lot, you know, and family wise, I misunderstood a lot because I'm always the type, don't come to me if you don't want the truth. So if you if you come to me and I tell you the truth, it's like, yeah, it wasn't that way. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. Can you please understand that I'm telling you from
My
my
fault.
heart, you
Mm-hmm.
know? But it's crazy. It's crazy.
So what you're saying is that you believe that you're the person that I'm going to give you that absolute constructive criticism truthfully, and you have had circumstances where maybe somebody tried to push you away because you were too truthful.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
I got you.
Yeah, like we all have. We all up here have. People probably listen have. Sh- People misunderstand us a lot. But sometimes it can be our fault or it can be their fault, or it can just, yeah, it could be their fault or your fault. It's no just, but it's crazy. I don't like being misunderstood because it brings confusion, and you're
Mhm.
sitting there looking dumb. And then you're arguing about something that wasn't even what it was, because it wasn't said right or it was taken a certain type of way. So
Do you believe that most men have to work on how we say things to women, as far as like to get our message across? Like, is how we say it and the word choice of words really that important? At least in your view, just you as one person.
I think that's reciprocated. Like men and women should do that.
AC, do you get upset because of how your wife says something to you, as opposed to what was said? Just curious.
Yeah, yeah, and vice versa.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I had to go back and look at what I said. Like, maybe I could have phrased that better.
Okay. All right. Continue, love.
I'm I'm done.
Oh, okay. she she digressed. Her mic is muted. All
Yeah,
right.
say all that. Yep. hmm
She said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
say all that."
I'm just I'm singing in the background. I'm in the background.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, love. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, for our final thoughts, hmm, the very first thing that, real quick, we were going on is the whole, you know, the benefits, and let's just recap on that briefly before we get up out of here. All right. So, love, your take on how people look at folks who, I guess you can say, receive benefits, and it should be obliterated, and only people who are 100% disabled should receive it. If you're a single mom, you shouldn't get it, the whole nine. What's your take on it?
I don't have no take, love. You ain't gonna get me up here talking about that damn set. I'm not doing that. I feel like if it's for you,
I'm just saying, listen, we're doing final thoughts about what the show was about. You up here.
you be trying to set somebody up. Nah, my thing is, if you need it, use it. But
Okay.
my thing is, if you don't need it to extend, like use it to the point you get up on your feet. Because it's people out here that really, really, really need it.
Absolutely.
So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
look at it like that. Like if you need it to get on your feet, make sure your kids are good, get a good job, stack your bread up, do what you gotta do, use it. But if you're using it to be like this for the rest of my life, you're not showing your kids what to do properly when it comes to properly getting out here to do what you gotta do for yourself. You're gonna
I
show
got
your
you.
kids that everything is given to you. And that's not what it is out here for real.
Okay, now, AC, you, my brother, what do you have in your final words as far as, the beginning main topic is, should EBT be eradicated? What's your whole thing on that? Same
Nah,
question.
nah, because it is actual people that's out here that really need it. That really can benefit from it, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't. I feel like, I feel like one. If we was to get it, use it for the purpose that it's used for. You know what I'm saying? If you're able and you're able body, you know what I'm saying. You don't have no serious illness, dysfunctions, or nothing like that. Then go go get a job, bruh. Get a job and because put it like this, it's not like you're gonna get that money on a paycheck. Like your paycheck is gonna be pretty. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more than what you gonna get on the food stamps anyway. So like I agree with you said. I agree with you said. We don't have enough financial literacy to actually be able to budget and do all that stuff. So if you just using it just because, like, go do something else, bro. Go do something else. It's other people. It's people out here that do really need it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and that is something that I agree with. So
I agree
I
with
appreciate.
that.
You got anything else, real quick? You good?
No, I'm good. I just agree. Definitely agree.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, man, I appreciate everybody for coming up. I would say my final take on it is this. Definitely, my sentiment is right around the same. That's why I don't have too much to say. Yes. Um, if you aren't, if you are an individual that 100% needs it, absolutely. What's the issue with it? If you're somebody who just got real comfortable after C-19 and being home and being paid and receiving unemployment because of some minor injury that you trying to prolong for the next 10 years and you still talking about your leg or your back and really you good to go, yeah, that's different. All right, so anybody that's on it on a fraudulent tip, I ain't with that, right? But when it comes to the benefits that we're able to receive, I definitely am very thankful I'm in the country that I'm in. And I'm going to say that for the last and final time for this evening. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Hey, much respect to the family. AC, have an awesome evening, man. And
Respect.
Already.
Respect.
you already
Good
know,
night.
I respect to y'all.